in 3, 2. Wait, it's live. Oh shit, it's live. Hey everybody. Hello everyone. This is Lloyd, and welcome to my first, hopefully non-messy game of Conan, an age undreamed of by Modiphius Entertainment Limited. New system hit Kickstarter about maybe 2 months before this recording, if you're watching and know the time. Due to be published sometime soon, hopefully. Some of the rules are out, but we're using the cheapo quick start rules to run through a game. And I have 3 people who, 2 of which know what they're doing, 1 of which they don't because we've played a little bit before. We're going to start with you, Dan Barnes, because you're way over there and your camera is on and I love your hair.
Cheers. So I'm Dan, and I'm going to be playing Petrus, the noble Aquilonian.
Awesome sauce. Moving on to Ian, if you could explain your character as well.
Okay, hi everyone. Ian Whitey here. I will be playing Edric, a grizzled veteran.
I'm feeling it. And finally, last person to point, John, if you would like to introduce yourself, please, that would be awesome.
Hi, I'm John from Red Dice Diaries, and I will be playing Maeve with my complete lack of experience of this game system, who is a Sumerian who joined the Bossonian Archers.
Excellent. Now, there's a lot of background in those conversations that I'm definitely going to use in my game once I figure out how the fuck this shit works. But the game premise is fairly simple. It's like this. Whenever you do anything at all, you always roll 2d20s, as is evidenced by the 2d20 button in Roll20 that the audience can't see right now. You always have the option to roll more dice, but whenever you do, you give me something called Doom Points, which I will use to full effect when it comes up. But it's not relevant right now. Also, everyone starts with 3 things called fortune. What's called 3 tokens called fortune tokens, which I am giving out to all of you on your character sheets in Roll20, which the audience watching still can't see. I have got to come up with a way to do this. Oh, hold on, I know what to do. I just click the window of mine, and it should hopefully show Roll20. I think. No, fuck, I'll leave it open. I don't need that shit. Theater of the mind, watchers. Theater of the mind. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm not nervous. Now, what fortune points do is that, at the moment, they do 3 basic things. 1, you can spend one to... Oh, so they do 4 basic things. You can spend a fortune point to instantly get a second action on your turn. You can go, spend a fortune point, I'll do something else. I'm that cool. You can spend a fortune point to roll, to basically get a perfect score on a d20 and roll, and also just put it down on the table, say, I've got this much a perfect score on a d20. Or you can spend it to have a story effect of your choice. I am paraphrasing a lot because I'm trying to blaze through this as fast as I can, because the game works better once you play it, and I can explain it to you through those ways. All you need to know is that if you want to do anything else, you roll a shit ton of d20s, and you're trying to roll below the score that you have for that skill on your character sheet. And that is the basic rules of the game. It's that simple. That's all you ever need to know, and if you need to know anything else, oh, we'll work it out then, I guess. Right, I will know. Please tell me that was a yes from everyone.
Yay!
Yeah, wow, guys, you're really enthused. You're really selling it to me there. Thanks. Thanks a lot. It's cool, boys. Thanks a lot.
I didn't want to interrupt you while you're in your flow, man.
I'll give you flow in a goddamn minute. Right, so the land of someone pronounce it for me, please.
Hyperborea.
Hyperborea. Is it Hyperborea or Hyperborea?
Hyperborea or Hyboria?
I don't actually know. These are very fundamental questions I should have asked myself about 15 minutes ago.
The time of the continent is like Hyboria. Hyperborea.
Yeah, you know what?
Hyperborea is a northern nation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I actually have a massive map I got from Roscoe, a friend of mine, Roscoe at Games Expo. Irrelevant. Hyboria is a land of turmoil, strife, fun, exciting, high seas, high lands adventure. One which all of you have taken very good part of. It was one of your adventures that recently came, what's your situation you're in now. A young princess called Danimede, a beautiful, sparkling princess, has requested your help. At the moment, a war rages between 2 neighboring lands, Aquilonian and Zamoria. Both lands are constantly fighting over something. You're not quite sure what, whether it's places or peace or whatever on earth it is. They're just constantly fighting each other. The Princess Danimede, who is a princess of Sumeria, has just sent you a private message saying she has found a weapon to end all wars. Come find her in Stgyia. Due to some kind of crazy antics, some parts we have skipped before, some wonderful drinking, some slave demons, whatever, you are on your way to Stgyia, and you're simply just crossing the border from Zamora itself at the top, working your way down to Stgyia at the bottom, which is where you are. That's the good news. The bad news is that you are all in a single carriage being driven by a man in a cloak, being held by 4 horses. So you're kind of trapped in your location. The worst news is you're not galloping, you're running as fast as you can. This is because behind you, in the slight dusk, are following you about maybe 5 other men on horseback, riding as hard as they can, and slithering along them are 4 weird snake-like men wielding bows who are keeping up with the horses and are directly behind you. And that's where we're starting. So, what do you do?
Fuck. Ride.
This is the situation you're in right now. Petrus, being the curious noble, you've opened the door, you've opened the curtain to the carriage, you've leaned out, you've looked out the window, and you've seen the 5 horsemen and the 4 snakemen rushing towards you. And you're like, oh, help! Yeah, you guys are in trouble.
I shout, Maeve, can you get a bead on them?
I'll have to climb out of this carriage and get up onto the roof if I'm going to do that. And I'll sort of
that
start
sounds
looking
awesome.
around. And I'll basically, the idea would be to push him back from the door, sort of swing out on the door and see if I can climb up onto the roof of the carriage so I can actually get a clear field of fire towards him. I'll try and stay crouched down as I get on the roof so I can...
I absolutely love it. Now, sorry, after
Edric will hold on to the carriage door to perhaps provide a more firm footing as she climbs up.
All right, so climbing up is not going to be too much of difficulty, except the fact that it is also raining now, because rain is cool. I tried to add it up. So, Maeve, I'm going to need you to make a difficulty 1 test. Now, you have 2d20s. Oh, sorry. Before I continue, John, if you're on roll 20, if you go up to the top right and click show mark or quick bar, it will show you all the dice you should hopefully need to roll for this game.
Yeah, I've got the 1d20, 2d20, and 1 and 2d6 in the bar at the bottom.
Excellent. It should go up to 5d20 and like 10d6, 8d6, I hope. Because you're gonna need all those. You're gonna need that for 80-20. Trust me in this shit. Right out. Okay,
at some point, you'll be rolling 5.
At some point, don't worry about it now. You'll be fine. Ignore those people. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They've never played this game before. Okay, so you're gonna try and climb on up, get up to the roof. Now the difficulty is 1. All you need is 1 success to start with. However, you roll 2d20 and you're trying to roll below your athletic skill. What's your athletic skill so far?
If it's acrobatics, it's 12.
What if it's athletics?
I don't appear to have any athletics.
It will be under brawn.
3rd category.
Brawn. Oh yeah, athletics 8.
So you got to roll 2d20 and roll under an 8 to do it. If you want to use acrobatics, I'll let you. Because I think you can also just grab it and just flip over, because you can be like, well, I could climb, I'll just fucking hold it and just like do like a tumble backwards and land at the top and look cool with my arrow.
Well, I could do that, but I'm seeing sort of like a one-handed swing sort of out of the door, holding onto the side of the carriage, swing myself up using my momentum and land in a crouch on the roof.
I love that, that's hot. Make the roll. Are you going to roll 2d20, or would you like to be a bit reckless while doing it?
No, I've rolled 2d20. One of them is equal to, one is below.
One is below. You got one success. You did it absolutely fine. You did a sweet, like you described. You swing on the door, swing back in, use your momentum, fill on, land in a crouch. You look on over. You can see the riders. The riders are holding this. The riders have like five. There's 5 horses. 2 of the horses are holding lanterns and are holding it up. And as soon as they spot you, they chuck the lantern down because it's just about line up for them to see you, and they start speeding up a little bit more. What would you like to do?
Okay, well, so unslinging my bow from my shoulder and reaching to my quiver to pull out an arrow, I'm going to take aim at one of the horses they're actually riding, because the horses will be bigger, they'll be more of an obvious target, and let's face it, those guys on the back of horses ain't going anywhere if the horse goes down.
I absolutely love that. That is great. In fact, that would be a really good thing, except for one problem. You see, there's something called doom points that I get at the beginning of the game. Now, I'm supposed to get 9 because there's 3 of you, but I usually keep myself to very little because the first turn, I want people to get used to the game system. I can spend these for a story effect. So, for example, I can do this. I can grab my doom pool, spend 3, and ask you to make a perception test.
Okay.
Observation test. Difficulty 2.
Okay. Both
You need
of
2
my
successes.
D20 rolls are below my observation.
Excellent. So you exactly got it. As you grab your bow and you're getting ready to lay it up, there's a tiny flick at the corner of your eye. You spot the guy driving the carriage himself has slowly pulled himself up. He's a little bit taller than you thought he was, and he's littering behind you, raising up his hands in this weird, horrible-looking claw hands, like so, coming behind you to you by surprise.
Okay.
Can I
Sorry,
see
go ahead.
that with my head stuck out the window?
No, because this is definitely a scene for just John. So I gotta
Okay.
do it on quickly, and I'll get back to you.
Okay, in which case, if I've seen him approaching with his hands held out, what I'll do is I've got the arrow sort of knocked to the, sort of bringing it round to knock it to the bow. Instead of putting it into the bow, I'm going to spin round and just literally shove the arrow into his eye as he comes up behind me.
Oh, that's nasty. I love it. So you go for a melee attack for that one. The melee attack should be under agility. And he will roll his defense, which in his case will be acrobatics to get out of the way. Actually, no, he won't. He won't roll because he didn't see you coming.
I've got 1 success on my roll.
All right, with 1 success, since he can't roll to defend himself, is a success. You've got 1 success on him. If you look to the right of your character sheet, both about middle, you see something there that says warbow. It shows the range. It shows five phoenixes, and it shows like all the stuff for your weapon, like piercing 1 and volley and all of that. I'll explain all of these later when you're actually using your bow. But for now, I'm gonna count what you did as only two dice of damage. Now, the
D6,
phoenix symbol represents D6. When you roll it, numbers 1 equals 1 damage, number 2 equals 2 damage, 3 and 4 do nothing, 5 and 6 do 1 damage each, and they do a special effect of the weapon. In this case, your arrow is piercing 1, because that's what it is. So you're rolling 2 d6s, and you're looking at the numbers that you rolled.
Okay, so I've rolled a 3 and a 1.
So you do 1 damage to him, and nothing on the second dice. Cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
Excellent. You stab him, like, you just get him right there, like, right before his claws come up. You scratch his face, and, like, he slithers back, and, like, hisses at you. The horse is completely unattentively just galloping away now as fast as he can. And, like, he slithers as his eyes go dark red. And we're in combat, everybody. So, this is how combat works. Players always go first, unless I cheat. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Don't worry about the bit I said I'm cheating. It will probably not come up. You'll be fine. So, guys, who go first?
If you guys want to take an action from inside the coach, I'm happy for you guys to go first.
What can I see if I stick my head out the window? The people chasing us?
You can see people chasing you. You can see the 4 horses and the 5 horses, and you can see there's 4 snake men working their way down towards you. It's almost uncanny how they're moving just as fast as the horses. It's kind of weird. They're very thin. They're very like slithery, but they've got nasty looking claws and they've got canine teeth everywhere. They're kind of like big rattlesnakes.
And are they still at sort of a longish range?
Yeah, they're still a longish range.
Okay. I don't have an awful lot I can do apart from fire my own warbow, much less skillfully. If I can,
Now, here's the problem. You're firing a warbow from inside the carriage. Difficulty will start at 2.
Or I have to acrobatics it up onto the roof.
Or you can
Get your
acrobatics it up to
acrobatics
the
on,
roof.
Man.
Can you do it?
Pretty good at acrobatics-ish.
Sure as how it's done, Petrus.
Okay, let's.
Difficulty's only 1. It was
Oh,
1 for you, right? Yeah, it was 1.
Yeah. I will roll the straight 2d20.
2d20? Are you sure about that?
I do have a reroll on one of them because I'm agile and a talent.
Yeah, true.
And I have 12 acrobatics. So, with a focus of 3. That was terrible. Oh no, no, that is 1 success. But I can
One
reroll
success.
14. I'll reroll a 14 to a 16 instead. So
It still didn't help though.
wouldn't succeed.
But yeah, you do your sweet like you see Maeve do. Describe it how. Do you want to do exactly what Maeve did but better? That's what they're trying to do, really. Trying to copy Maeve off and
Yeah,
be
I
like,
see how
screw you, girl, I
easy
got
she made
this.
it look. And I try to flip out the other door on the other side.
Fair enough. So both of you are now on the roof. Now that you're on the roof, you can see this snake guy like hissing and desperately looking like he wants to eat you all. And you're on the roof. You got your warbow out. You look cool.
And now there's a snake man like in combat with me.
Yeah.
Still dressed as the driver. And I was like, damn it! I knew it not to trust him. Can I? Am I right up against him, so I would have to make a melee attack with the warbow, or should I just swap?
No, you can be you made your acrobatics check. You can be like a distance away from him, so you can like be exactly behind Maeve
Okay,
and just
so
pop him.
why not? I'll fire the warbow directly over
Yeah.
her shoulder.
The only problem is that difficulty is still 1. No, yeah, difficulty still 1. Go for it. Shoot over her shoulder.
Sweet. And the roll you were aiming for, what am I firing? Ranged weapon.
Difficulty to
Wow.
hit him is only. What's up?
My ranged
0?
weapons are terrible.
Yes. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, why not?
I mean, you're no Maeve, but.
I'm gonna roll 3d20 for this, so you can.
Oh,
take
thank
yourself a
you.
point.
I'll take one of those doom points. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, I'll have you know now, these doom points will increase. As
Oh,
long as I
damn
roll a
it.
20. Was it 20?
I rolled a 20 and a 7, so I did succeed, but also fail.
Fair enough. First up, roll damage.
I get 3 phoenixes. For
And it's piercing 1, so you ignore his armor for 1 point.
is it so it's should be 3d6 to roll for damage, right?
Yeah. Is it 3 phoenixes?
Yes.
Yeah,
don't
if
actually
you
go
roll
through
3, you do 3.
picking up.
Normally it would be you can increase it if you have enough momentum and stuff like that, but it's only for basic damage.
Sure.
But roll about it when it comes up. More importantly, roll damage.
I have done so.
1,
that-
2, 3,
With the piercing
And-
one.
piercing 1. So he's hurt once. He takes 3 more damage. Like the next one goes into like he's got like this rattlesnake style neck, and like it pierces there. And you see the blood splurt out, but he's still alive. However, you rolled a natural 20. Now, gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, natural 20s are bad in this game. This is what we call a fumble. It means I get to make the story fairly interesting. Which in this case, your arrow shoots him in the neck, goes through, and you see it hit one of the horses. The horses start to slow down.
It's
Who's next?
The horse didn't die. It's just injured.
No, it's just injured,
Okay.
and they're all like, he's like, yay, and it's like slowing down a little. So with it slowing down, those guys are gonna catch up to you.
I like feel really good about myself as this arrow goes through past his neck, and then I sort of lean to one side and just see it embed itself on a horse and just go, God damn it!
I'm just going to look round and go.
Alright guys, who's next?
Okay, so Edric. Edric will, rather than do some flashy moves like these youngsters are doing, will slowly climb his way out around to the driving seat to try and hopefully it's in his mind to try and find a defensive position in the terrain to do like a last stand.
I think that's probably a really good idea. But first you've got to get there. Now to climb across to get to that point while the carriage is moving this fast with those who are behind you, difficulty would be athletics 2.
Yeah, it's easy. So I shall give you some what's it, Doom, whatever it's called.
How many are you giving me? How many are you giving me?
I need 2, you say.
How many are you giving me?
I'll give you just a single one.
Oh, okay. I'll
The
take
thing you
that.
have to learn about this is you can't be afraid of giving Doom. You just have to be prepared to roll as many dice as you need.
Well, it's not like that. It's you have to be prepared. At some point, you will have to realize it doesn't matter how much doom we have. We're going to die if we don't do something. Did you get it, or did you fail?
I failed. I just made one.
Ooh, excellent. So you're not that bad off. So you start to go across a little bit, but about halfway there,
Do I get
like, sorry, you got 1 success, right?
It was an athletics test, so he gets
Yeah.
when he gets 1 success on an athletics test, he gets 1 additional success automatically. Due to
One of
Oh
my-
yeah, I forgot about your
one of my
stupid
talents,
talents.
which I rolled down to get.
Fine. Can you tell me to play the game before? Yeah, you made it then. In that case, your slips a little bit, but you keep going just about, and you just about make it to the end. You're on there. You're in front of the carriage. Now, make an
Yeah.
observation test. Because the carriage is moving, difficulty, and it's a little bit dark. Difficulty 3 observation test. If you do, you find a really good vantage point that you can choose of your own.
Observation.
How many doom are you giving me?
I'll have to give you 2 this time.
Yeah.
So I need a result of 3, so that's
I need you to know natural 20.
1 result coming up. Yay! Yep. So I got 3 successes
Right.
there.
Tell me about your your safety place that can go with the horses.
Yeah, so I was thinking terrain-wise, we're coming towards some narrow defile through a mountain range, and the trail narrows, and the cliffs look very difficult to climb, and so I'm looking for somewhere within there, maybe a side canyon.
Maybe a what?
A side canyon, some like a little side street, basically.
Oh, okay, like because it's now
Put the
like that, you want to
horses
where it was like that. Put the horses in. That
Yep.
could work. You are coming up to the mountain range that like just about hits the border of Stgyia. You're not that far off. You've just got to get there. The only problem is the horses are still slowing down. So you'd have to take control of them and ride them there.
Yeah.
Finally, Maeve.
Okay, well, seeing that this serpent driver who's on top of the actual cart seems to be distracted by the couple of arrows that have hit him, what I'm going to try and do is I'm effectively going to try and kick him in the side quickly rather than waste time notching another arrow. Not really so much to damage him, just see if I can knock him off the top of the cart.
Ooh, I think that's pretty fair. Let's make an opposed test. Is that fair?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Because I think going for the kick is a good idea. However, you have to roll your athletics for this because you're using your physical strength against his.
Mm-hmm.
How many doom would you like to give me? How reckless do you want to be?
So for each doom I give you, that adds me an extra d20. Is that correct?
Yep. And you can go as high as 5d20.
I'll just go for the 1.
Coolies. He's gonna roll. He is super thin, but his strength isn't very high. But it doesn't matter because he got 2 successes.
However, I got 3 successes.
Oh, perfect! Describe how you kick him off the fucking thing. He's done.
Okay. So as I sort of reach back for an arrow, he obviously tenses himself to get ready to avoid the next arrow I'm shooting at him. Then quite unexpectedly, my foot comes in from the left-hand side of him, catching him round the side of his face where he's already been hit by the arrow, so snapping his head to one side, and his own body weight carries him with the blow off the side of the carriage, and he's like onto the ground next to it.
In fact, you know what? He also Wilhelm screams on his way down there because fuck it, why not? I'm not gonna get another chance to do one of those anyway. All right, so that's your. Oh! Now that's your turn's over, and now it's my turn. With the guy of the carriage, I can't have him do anything because he's fucking out. I'm not gonna do the guy. But the 5 riders and the snake people are speeding up. The horses will get to you first, though. They start to pull alongside. Two of the guys on the horses start to lean up, like stand on their feet, and then they leap up and try and strike both you and Maeve. No, sorry, you Petrus, and you Maeve, as they like try and like jump on as hard as they can to like face you 1v1. So first up, Dan. Petrus has been attacked.
Okay.
The guy rolls and he gets 2 successes. Would you like to defend yourself?
Jesus. Yeah. Am I able
With what?
to pull my shield out as he jumps in the air, or?
Yep.
Okay, so then making a parry attempt.
Excellent. Now, whenever you parry, you have to spend the doom points to counter any attacks, except if you have a parrying weapon, which you don't. And a shield is a parrying weapon, so yeah, you can parry for free.
Yeah, the 1 parry attempt, isn't it? And it has shield 2. Shield's 2.
Shield 2 means that it soaks 2 points of damage.
Right. Okay, so I have to beat 2 successes now.
Yep.
I
I believe in you.
I don't know, my parry is not that high. Let's, I'm gonna give you 2 doom points and roll 4 dice.
Okay.
Wow! I apparently
Wow.
did not need that.
Apparently, you're a god when it comes to parrying. Now, this is very interesting, guys. Now, whenever you roll, 2 things happen. Whenever you roll a natural 1 in this game, it's a critical success, at which point it counts as 2 successes instead of 1. That's the first thing. The second thing is, whenever you beat someone by a certain amount of number, you get something called momentum, which is something you can use. You can use momentum to do things like knock people over, like have like weapons happen, change a little bit of plot line for you, do a whole bunch of stuff. There's actually a list of extra things you can do with momentum. Like, give yourself one thing you can do is give yourself bonus damage. You can like disarm people. You can ignore armor. You can recover some kind of damage that you've taken a little bit. You can like stretch your attacks to the people. You can take like a secondary swift action if you're really good and really fast enough. You can move out of people's way. You can do all kinds of cool shit. But you can also bank your momentum so anyone else can use it.
Okay.
If you can't think of what to do with it. Is there anything you would like to do with 3 momentum, Petrus?
I would, like, because I also have a focus in it. Does that do anything? I have focus.
You have a focus in it? The focus just means that is focus 1 or focus 2?
Focus 1.
Focus 1 simply means that whenever you roll, you succeed. You don't critical fail on a 19 and 20. Focus 2 means that you gain a critical success at a 2 and 1.
Sure.
Focus 3 would be critical success of 1, 2, and 3, and so on.
Okay. Basically, with the momentum, as the guy leaps on me, can I sort of catch the full blow of him on the shield and then push back against him and fling him from the cart?
I think with 3 momentum, yeah, you fucking can. Yeah, he like jumps on up, you catch it, you like brace yourself on his foot, and you just throw him back on. He like falls back on his horse, flips over, and he's fucking out. He's done. Maeve. Your attack is coming against you. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Likewise, I'll be planning to pull my sword out and try and parry it.
Well, that would be really great if that happened. Unfortunately, that's not what happened at all because I would have 18 and 20. So he's like, I'm gonna get you! And he leaps. He seemed like leap all the way. He's got this whole thing. And he realizes he's just like a little bit too short. And he actually crashes into the inside of the carriage instead.
Oh,
And you're like, oh!
I was going to say, can I suggest what I might be planning to do for my next action, which is as he crashes into the side of the cart, my plan will be to basically step on his head and then onto the horse.
Oh, I like that. I'll leave that to you on your turn.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, though, you've got 2 more horses who are moving up towards where Eldrick is. And those 2 guys have bows. And as they're coming around, they're steadying themselves to shoot at Eldrick. They'll both get 1 shot each, but they're rolling at a penalty. So technically, they only have to make 2 successes to hit you. So first one hits, which fails. And second one hits, which also fails. So these 2 guys coming up to you and they're shooting like these arrows at you, and they're just like flinging around you desperately. You're like trying to like hold a horse or some shit. And that's my turn over, guys. It's your turn.
Petrus just shouts, "Whose job was it to hire some driver that wasn't a snake man? Like, how hard is it?" Just furious.
Well, he looked normal.
Who have you been around me? So as he sort of gets himself incredibly angry on top of this car, can I look?
Whoa, hold up. For some reason, I'm getting all the static from you, by the way, Dan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Does it sound any better?
Oh, yeah, it stopped.
Static is stopped.
Okay, can you move your head back and forth a bit for me, just randomly?
Why?
Yeah, I guess static whenever you move. You have to stay perfectly still. Don't move. Don't move. Just like that. Okay. Right, go. Oh, wait, I've lost you now. Volume-wise, you're gone.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, is he dead? Have I lost him forever? Nope, his sound is gone again. What the hell is going on his phone?
Can you hear me now? No?
Yeah, I can now. Now you're back. Okay.
Now I'm back.
Yeah, now you're back. Okay, good. Whew.
Okay, I don't
Right, carry on.
I was going to say, as Petrus gets more and more angry on top of this coach, just shouting at people, I want to steely glare one of the archers.
All right, go for it. So he's gonna just randomly turn to him and be like, "Fuck you." Make the roll.
So the steely glare was a command thing, was it?
Yep, command.
Sweet. Roll. I'm going to give you a doom, so I roll 3.
Yeah.
And because it is a command, I could re-roll one of the d20s, so I'll re-roll that 15.
Do it. Oh my god.
That is not a focus, because I focus 2. Damn it. So that's 3 successes with my...
Right, so he's not resisting, so you have 2 momentum. Do you want to use the 2 momentum for damage, or do you want to bank it?
I'll use it for damage dice. It's a whole dice, isn't it? Or is it just 1 damage?
No, it's just 1 point. Each momentum counts as 1 point. So you can use both of them to have 2 damage to start with before you roll your steely glare.
Sweet, I'll do that. Do you want me to roll my damage now, or is he resisting first?
Oh, no, he's not resisting. I'm not spending points on resisting that. Fuck that. It's too... I'm like... He'll probably just be like, holy shit!
Okay. That's my 4 damage dice.
Okay.
Of which... I'm glad I banked some damage. So 2 damage plus an extra 1 plus another 1 for the 5, and it gets stun because that's its thing.
So stun is very interesting. When you stun someone, they literally can't do anything. They're completely locked out for a while. I can spend a point of doom to counter that stun, but I find that very boring. So instead, he's gonna ride his horse, turn towards you, see you staring at him, and kind of be in two minds about being there. You see him move the horse a little bit away from you guys. While he tries to just look away from, just get his head back in the game, and he's out for now. Who's next?
Okay, well, I'll go next and try the stepping on the fool's head and jumping onto his horse maneuver.
I love it. You know what? He failed so badly. I'm gonna do that for free. You just go, nope, step, jump.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to try and sort of acrobatically sort of jump. So as I jump, I actually land backwards on the horse. So I'm facing backwards. Effectively just steering the horse with my legs and my knees. Then I'm going to draw my bow and I'm going to try and take aim at one of the ones behind us while I'm moving, just relying on the horse to keep going in the direction it's going.
I think that's perfectly fair.
Fire at one of the...
There's one.
How many of the snake things and the horse riders have we got?
There are 4 snake riders and 1 horseman behind you. There are 2 horsemen in front of you. But wait, hold on.
Okay,
you flipped around, so I guess it's the other way because you're. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Fine. Yeah, I'm going to fire it. I'm more concerned about the snake men than the horsemen, to be honest. So I'm going to notch an arrow and fire at one of the snake men behind me.
I love it. Do it.
Okay, I will give you 1 doom point.
Yeah. I see you're learning from the doom powers. Yes.
Probably a good job I did. That's 3 successes.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's not gonna dodge that, so take the damage. Loves it. You got 3 momentum on him. You got 2 momentum on him. You can either bank 2 momentum for other people to use, or you can spend them on damage or anything else you want to do.
Okay, now you said that we could use momentum to take an extra action. Would that include taking an extra shot? Or?
No, you cannot take an extra shot with momentum that much. That's way too. That's what you need a fortune point for. You can take a swift action. So you can. Oh, hold up a second. I guess you can technically take a second action with it, but you step up the skill die. So you can take an extra shot with 2 momentum. 2 momentum? That is way too low. Fuck that. No, I'm not using that rule. That's dumb. Yeah, 2 momentum. 2 momentum will definitely get you a second shot, but difficulty will go up by 1.
Okay, and you said how many momentum did you say I'd got?
2, exactly.
Okay, in which case what I'd like to do is I'd like to use, after I've taken the shot, use 1 of the momentum to swing back round so I'm facing the right way and I've got my hands on the reins of the horse. Then I'm going to bank the other momentum for the group to use.
I'm going to say it costs you 2 momentum to do that because this is a fucking horse that's moving really fast. Fair?
Okay, yeah, I'll spend the 2. In fact, no, I'll stay facing backwards and I'll bank the 2 momentum.
Cool, excellent. So, I'm banking 2 momentum on you for you guys. I'm going to write it down here so you can see me writing momentum banked and put a number 2 there. And then I'm going to increase the text like that by like fucking 72. And then put make it red. There we go. 2 momentum banked. All right, so that's you done. Do your damage.
Okay, so I've got damage of my warbow 5. Okay, so 5d6.
Ow. So let's count that up. That 6 counts as 1 plus piercing 1, so you ignore 1 point of his armor. That 2 counts as 2, so that's 3 points of damage. Those 2 ones count as 1 each, so that's 4, 5, which is just enough to kill it. Congratulations!
I was going to say I could have re-rolled the 4 anyway. I've got an ability to re-roll one on my.
Do you want to? We can re-roll if you want. I mean, might as well. Let's see how badly you kill this thing. Fucking it's fucking dead. It's done. It's done. The snake creature is fucking done. It's beautiful. Legolas stops whatever he's doing in the water and goes, "Damn, that made me shoot." It's a bit like you snap him so hard, he actually rotates backwards, and like he bundles away into the distance. You've definitely taken him out. Finally, Ian, I believe it's Eldric's turn. You've got the horses slowing down. You've got the 2 riders to the right of you. You can see what's got the holding point ahead of you.
Yep, I'll still head for that. I'll grab the reins. Yeah, and try and steer him towards this.
All right. Now, with the thing being shot, it's going to be animal handling difficulty 3 to get it to move up that way. Can you handle
Animals. Eh?
it? Yeah, they are horses. They're animals. It's kind of
Damn. Yeah,
kind of
could be
important.
worse. Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. They've been shot. It's dark. Things are yelling. People are shooting at them. There's fucking snake creatures. Difficulty 3.
Okay, I'll just give you one doom point.
Just one? Okay, I'll take the 1.
Are you
Yeah.
sure, dude? This is gonna be.
Well,
Manage this.
that's just it. Do I really want to manage it? I don't know. I just want to see what's going on.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
so-
I only have 11 doom. That's not much. You'll be fine.
Let's go. Come on, dice gods.
Oh, boy.
No. That's a big fat 0.
Wow. Giddy up, giddy, please, giddy up, please,
Yeah.
giddy up. The horse are not taking your shit today. They're just not in the mood. They don't care.
Stand the median, obviously.
They're like you're like trying to speak to them, and they're like you're just not horse whispering enough to them. It kind of sucks. Right. So now it's my turn again. So we've got the snake creatures. Now that the horses really start to slow down, all the other guys start to catch up. The 2 horsemen at the front, after shooting at you and realizing it's not going to work, start to move towards the other horses to slow them down. They actually get in the way of the other horses. Your speed slows them a lot more. The 4 snake creatures, the 3 snake creatures now are slithering up, and they're going to try and get to both Petrus and Maeve. Maeve, you're on a horse, so I'm going to give you defense 1, so that have to make at least 2 difficult to hit you. Fair? Cool. Petrus, you are up on top, so 2 of them are going to slither up, but only
Okay.
one of them is going to get to you.
Okay.
Fair?
Remember one of those
Cool.
horse riders at the front? It was stunned and taken like 4 damage from my.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
In that case, the horses aren't that slowed. They're still moving fairly fast. Only one of them is slowing it down. The other one's still trying to fucking get his fucking game on and try and focus himself out.
Sweet.
So, let's do this one. So after you?
I just said sweet.
Excellent. Alright, Dan, here they come. Now, with the doom I have, I'm going to spend 1 on these snake creatures to hit you, Dan.
Lovely.
So he rolls 3d20, because I think you love that. That will be 2 hits.
Okay.
You'll be fine, right?
I still have my shield out from before, so I will
Mhm.
attempt to parry.
Alright, do it.
I need to beat 2. This is going to be somewhat difficult.
You'll
I'm
be
gonna
fine.
roll 3d20. No,
Yes.
maybe 4d20 to actually.
Yes.
Let's do that. 4d20. I have focus 1
Nail it.
and I have a 9. So a 9 skill. So that's 2 successes
3, because you got a natural 1.
and 3 because I got a natural 1. So I beat his 2.
Yeah, and you got 1
Momentum.
momentum. Do you want to do anything with it, or do you want to bank it?
How much momentum do I need to throw him back off the? Because we have 2 banked and I have 1 now. How much?
You
to
would
throw him
need-
off?
You would need 3 momentum to throw it, so you could spend that 2 bank momentum to do it.
I look to Maeve. To see.
Oh, that's a thumbs up. That's a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. So I look to Maeve, and in a moment of coolness, I just toss him again from the. Take the full shield brunt and then throw this snake man off.
Oh man, you are kicking ass. I love it. Oh shit, I made a mistake. All right, there you go. Momentum back 0. Next up, Maeve. They need to roll a 2 success to get to you. I'm gonna spend 2 points to roll 4d20s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well this could be bad. Well they got you. They rolled 2. Are you gonna defend?
Yeah, what I'm going to try and do is, since I'm on the horse, I'm still facing backwards. I'm effectively going to try and sort of pull down on the reins, reaching back with my arms, pulling on one side of the rein to veer the horse to one side, hoping that it'll enable me to avoid them. There's no real finesse to it, because obviously I'm only just sort of balancing on the horse. So I'm just reach back, grab the reins, and
I think that's perfectly fair. Normally, it would be I'd say you can use animal handling for that, but I think acrobatics will probably suit you better because you're like still balancing on the horse. You see it coming. You're trying to like get your hand around it. So I'll let you roll acrobatics for that. Is that fair?
Yeah, sounds fine to me. Okay.
You only need one success to win.
One success.
There you go. All right. So you just about pull away from the snake creature. The other one falls off the top, and that's my turn over. However, everyone is going to jump you guys this turn if you do not move. Take your action.
Can I, having been vastly superior with animal handling?
Oh shit! Hold on. Stop! I forgot something. The snake creature that tried to get you actually falls under the heels of your horse when you do that, and is trampled. I forgot that 20 I rolled.
20.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, go.
Excellent.
Being much more familiar with horses and seeing that Edric is struggling, I dive down and jump down next to him on the seat and say, "I've got this," and then grab the reins from him. And I will try
like it.
animal handling to speed it up or navigate them through rough terrain or.
I double love it. Do it.
What kind of difficulty are we aiming for to like try and pull away?
Pull away from this guy. Difficulty 2.
Okay, I can do that. That's fine.
Do it. I love it. Show us how it's done. I believe in you.
I'm gonna just guess for 1 doom point this time because I should
Okay.
hopefully.
If you don't believe in yourself, sure, why not?
Do it. I actually succeed 3 times and crit, and I have focus 2, so I crit.
So you're like fucking momentum 5, fucking straight up like, oh, okay, bro, horse whisperer, back the fuck up.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you want to bank that momentum? Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 you got. So that's 3 momentum you've got. Do you want to use it or bank it?
How much further can I get away by using it, or have I really?
If you spend all 3 momentum, you will literally leave them in the dust.
That seems sensible in this.
But you also leave me behind.
Maeve is okay. Maeve is not on the card. Okay, I'll keep pace, but just try and like gain a little bit, and then bank most of the momentum.
Okay, I'll say you can bank 2 momentum and spend 1 to give enough distance, so the rest of the guys are like, what the fuck?
Yes.
All right, you're doing it. You're making it happen. I believe in you. All right, so cock neck. You finally, I believe it's your turn, Edric.
Oh, right. So, someone who knows what they're doing. Excellent. I shall take his previous position on top of the carriage and wait in case some attackers manage to get on board.
Nice. Now,
sword and shield.
I think you look pretty cool as fuck doing that.
Either, because I just defended, didn't I?
What'd you do?
Yeah, it's your.
Oh yeah, you
I'm
just
pretty
defended.
Sure I haven't done anything this round. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Go for it.
Well, all I'm able to do is I'm just planning to sort of spin myself around on the horse as my action. Then if I can spend one of the banked momentum, what I'm going to do is I'm just effectively going to kick my heels into the horse to get it to move as fast as it possibly can to keep pace with the cart and sort of head towards wherever they're going.
You have to roll first before you use momentum. Gotta roll first.
Okay.
You gotta see the dice. Gotta see them bones, baby. Gotta see them bones.
What do I need to roll?
Yep. Animal handling, difficulty 1.
Okay.
Because he's not pulled that far away. You can just go, whoa.
Okay, I will give you a doom.
Oh yeah. I mean what? 12 doom, exactly what I wanted. Yeah, you killed it.
That's 2 successes.
Hell, you got. Do you want to bank the last momentum just to catch up, or do you want to like be ahead of them a little bit?
Yeah, I'll use it to be ahead of them a bit.
Nice, excellent, which is fantastic.
So we're currently still on 2 bank momentum.
Yep. Now, for those of you watching at home, when I say like this is fantastic and I stop talking for a few minutes, it's because I'm trying to move the Doom tokens to the board. I have just spent 6 Doom. It's a good thing you move forward ahead of them because you see, the one thing that Eldrick did not notice when he came up to the point was the giant crevice that's directly before the narrow passageway of the mountain passageway, which is what you, riding forward, notice. It is huge. We're talking like 20 feet long jump right there, and you're coming up to it super fast.
Okay, I'm just going to shout back to him and shout, "There's a crevice up ahead! Look out!"
Meanwhile, bad guy's turn. Bad guy's turn. You sped up against him. Oh, right. Who's in charge of who's in charge of the what's called the horses? You.
On the carriage, me.
All right, excellent. I'm gonna roll opposite animal handling to you because you're literally driving to see if they can catch up to you or not. And I'm gonna spend 1 doom for that. So opposed test. They just have to roll it below 12 or below. Let's do this. Right, that's 2 successes you have to beat.
Okay. 2 successes.
This is for all of them. See if they can catch up to you.
I'll have 2 doom and I'm gonna roll 4 dice.
Are you sure?
Yeah, why not?
Man, you're being super reckless, man.
I know, but we need to get away from them. Luckily, I have animal handling 13, so those are all successes and a
Holy
critical.
fucking shit.
We don't usually roll this well.
I know. What the hell's going on? Normally at this point, you guys are like bleeding out on the ground, like struggling to keep the snake guys from biting your heads. And I'm like, yeah, kill him. And today you guys are like, yeah, whatever, Lloyd. Please, we're pros now. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. That's
You
yeah,
about
fucking
shit, were you?
Apparently, Maeve has really inspired us because Petrus and Edric before this were pretty amateur. They were like getting stuck and things were collapsing on them and they were falling down. And
yeah, but that was before you guys became like professional adventurers.
Yeah.
Now that you guys have done one adventure, you're like whatever, guys, whatever, snake man, I don't give a fuck. All right, so yeah, my turn's over. I can't really do anything else. They can't catch up. You're just too fast. Al, do you want to bank that momentum, or do you want to use it for something?
Can I bank it for when we hit the crevasse?
I think that might be wise.
Yeah, so can I bank the 2 or something momentum?
Yeah, I'll put it on there. You can bank all 3, because like, fuck it, why not?
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so you got 5 momentum banked, guys. Now, what happens at the end of every turn that you've banked momentum is that the momentum count goes down by 1.
Okay.
That way, so you're always keeping an eye on how much momentum you got because it goes down. Because you lose momentum the further in you go. So, top of the round, the crevice is directly in front of you. Maeve is on her own personal horse.
How wide is the crevice?
About 20 feet, 30 feet, 20, 30. It's a bit dark, you can't really tell.
With my knowledge of with my knowledge of animal handling and given the speed that we're going, how far can a horse like this jump?
About 20 feet, 30 feet.
It's going to be tight.
So what I'm hearing you say, possibly, that's what I'm hearing.
What did you say? Sorry, I missed that.
So, and what I'm hearing you saying is that it's technically possible. That's what I'm hearing you saying.
It's technically possible, yes. Question is, are you willing to risk that roll?
I would be willing to risk it. However, if I jump over, there's no way my 2 companions are going to get over with the cart and all that sort of rubbish.
Not unless they use a lot of fucking dust.
So
I mean, if they really put it in, they could make it. I mean, you've seen how good a horse spread what's called Petrus is.
Okay, so spurring my sort of horse on sort of full speed towards the crevasse, I'm just going to look back over my shoulder to see what my companions are doing, whether they're just because I've already shouted to them there's a crevasse. I'll look back to see whether they're slowing down or whether they're just sort of going for it. I'm taking my cue from them a little bit.
Am I able to observe, or shout or command or something to Maeve and see if she can see? Maybe she could shoot some rock and the rock pile into the crevasse and kind of fill it up a bit or something.
Could you cause an avalanche?
In fact,
oh no, we need that one big rock that lands across it as like a bridge. That's what we need.
Exactly, but that's what plot points are for. I've just remembered something.
Fuck, I
similar
forgot
to
about that. I suppose technically, yes, you can. Fine, I'll take a plot point for you. There is a tree.
Okay.
There is a rock that is balanced with a very tip of the crevasse. If you shoot it, you reckon it could cause an avalanche on the side that could cause a passageway for you to walk on.
Okay,
If
so
you spend that plot
letting the reins fall. Yeah, I'll spend the plot point. Why not?
Oh no,
Letting the
sorry,
reins
Patrick spent it,
fall.
not you.
Oh, okay.
I just shout out and point. Shoot the rock!
Okay,
Okay,
so
and then a rock appears.
I'll drop the reins. I'll drop the reins onto the back of the horse.
mhm.
Draw my bow back to fully extended, and then let fly with an arrow at the base of this rock. See if I can dislodge it.
Okay, you only have one shot to make this count. How many doom are you going to spend?
We do.
Oh, I'll give you 3.
Yeah! I mean, what?
Wow.
Yes, it's begun, guys. It's begun.
Jesus. I think it needed to as well.
What? Fuck, what the hell are your dice?
Well, I've still got 3 successes because my range is 15.
Alright, with 3 successes, you can hit the rock and it can start tumbling, but you don't have enough momentum to spend to make it completely block the path. Unless you spend from your banked momentum.
I'd probably do.
And how many of the banked momentum would I have to spend?
You'd have to spend all 4.
Yeah, I'll spend all 4.
Alright, guys. There is a passageway well and truly created for you. Right in. Actually, no, I'll tell you what. You can spend 3, but it's only temporary. AKA, hold on, but it won't keep you awake.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm nearly on it anyway, so temporary is good enough for me.
Excellent. Okay. So, guys, like, fuck, I know what Lloyd's gonna do. Okay,
I've
I
got a
think that was a
idea.
fantastic roll. Right, all you have to do now, Petrus, is make the jump on your turn. Is it
Is
your
there
turn?
anything Edric wants to do before we make this pivotal jump?
Edric's going to hold on to something sturdy.
Okay.
In fact,
I was
fact,
thinking something that helps, but save your own skin. Don't worry.
I'm going to get myself in a crouching position, ready to leap off if it looks as though it's going to.
Mhm. Right, so are you gonna make the jump?
He's ready to jump as the cart tumbles into the crevasse with me
Yep.
leading it.
Okay, so remember when I said that I can sometimes cheat and take turn? That's not my action. I'm doing that now by spending 1 doom point. Petrus, you're getting ready for the hit. You're doing your best, and you hear a underneath the cart, crawling between your legs, is one of the snake creatures. As it pokes its head out at that very last second, and it leaps up to grab you and basically stop you from controlling the horses.
Oh, Jesus.
Right, oppose athletics checks. You got this, bro. You got this. Just gonna spend 1 doom point though.
Still got
So,
momentum back to do.
yeah, you still got 2 momentum. You'll be fine. You got 3 momentum. Oh, sorry. You've got not 3 momentum. You've got 1 momentum banked. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're right. That's way too much momentum. Let's spend another doom point. So good. Okay, there we go. So I'll just roll 4d20s. And,
Jesus Christ.
and I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So good luck.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Nope. Shit's happening.
Right? Athletics is not my strong suit. Am I gonna have
You'll be
to make
fine. You'll be
a
fine.
5 dice roll? So how many? What have I got to beat? 4.
4.
Fucking hell.
Don't forget, you've also got fortune points.
And that's an
Fortune points. When you use them, they can roll you take one of your d20s, you put it on the table, and you put it on the number 1. So that's automatically 2 successes.
Okay. And a momentum will be
Something that you use after you roll.
okay.
It's after you succeed. You have to succeed first, then you can use the momentum to do stuff.
Okay, fair enough. This is still scary, even if I use another fortune point. Still really
I mean, what?
scary. I'm gonna roll like all 5 d20s, and do I have to say the fortune point before or after?
You have to say it before.
I'm gonna use it as well. Why not? That's 2
Yeah.
successes. I might. Oh, should I drop it down to? Yeah, I'll spend the fortune point for 2 successes, and then I'll only roll 4 d20, so 2 doom
Okay,
points.
I'll take one of my doom points off. You're gonna regret it.
I probably will. Oh boy, did I regret it.
Fortunately, he only got 1 momentum on you. So he reaches up and he grabs onto you, and you see his claws like dig into your flesh. You feel the blood flowing from it. But physically, you're right. You just aren't in control of the reins on your turn. So what you do on your turn?
Who rolls 3 14s out of 4 20s? What the hell is that?
You.
Apparently.
You're the
So
person that does that.
Now I have a snake man grappling me, and the reins are kind of loose, almost.
Yep.
Um,
And you're literally going to hit the crevasse, and the rocks this turn. The good news is that it's blocked up, so the horses will be okay, but you don't know how long that's gonna last. With the rocks, I mean, those are from really unsteady rocks.
okay, so the horses for now are aiming for the really unsteady rocks. And
Yeah, but they have no control, so they might just get on it and die. What's more important to you? Surviving this by kicking the guy off and someone making it through, or surviving this by ignoring your pain and trying to control the horses while he's grappling onto you?
Okay, so I can make the horse roll, but at a higher disadvantage.
Yeah, difficulty 3.
Okay, I will. As the snake man wraps around me, I will bravely, nobly, some might say, try and steer these horses across this deadly crevasse.
Alright. So you're like, fuck, shit, no, go away! Go for it. Make the roll.
And I have to beat 3.
Yeah, it's only difficulty 3, you'll be fine. You can do it. Believe in yourself.
I'm just gonna
Just give me 3 doom.
crazy amounts of doom.
How reckless are you being?
5d20, because otherwise the entire carriage goes. And
Do it. 5.
Do it.
Okay, that was good. Animal handling 13, so that's 3 successes and 1 crit.
So that's 4 successes. So yeah, you make it. There's a lovely moment where the horses leap up in the air with the carriage, and then the rocks are there, and they land on them. And as they land on the rocks start to crumble off, and they start like galloping desperately, and you're like using the wind as hard as you can while trying to keep this thing away from you, and you just about make it inside. The other guys are behind you, but the minute you hit that safety zone, that what's called saw, they're not gonna come after you. Like, there's no point. There's only one passageway through. It's super narrow. They cannot get to you, and you go through. The only problem is, I say as I spend 3 doom, is that as he's on you, the weird snake creature sinks its teeth into you. Make me a resistance test.
Ooh.
Difficulty 2.
I was going to say I don't know if I've done much resistance. I'm absolutely
No, you haven't.
terrible
That's the
at
first name again.
it. I think I'm just going to have roll the basic, because I don't think I can make this. Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
I have resistance 8, and I just succeeded on 2 dice.
Like he sinks his teeth into you. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck off me! You sort of just peel him off, and Eldrick can like cut off his head if he wants for free.
Yeah, split his skull from
It'd be nice if I could get some help.
top of his head to his jaw. Whooshing.
It is fucking beautiful. Congratulations, guys! You made it.
Only spent
Nice work.
fortune.
So, I think that was a very good place for us to take a quick moment to breathe up, catch ourselves up. Everyone feeling better? Everyone feeling okay?
Yeah.
Everyone all right? Excellent. I'm glad you're all enjoying yourselves. Okay, so you've made it to the crevasse. It's only an hour away of carriage driving once you get your head around it to get to Stgyia, and to get to a town nearby where you're supposed to be meeting an old friend who will hopefully help you on your way. Give me 1 second. I put it somewhere in here. Oh, that's annoying.
So while we're just, I don't know, riding away into the sunset or something, I'm much more relaxed, sort of just slumped at all the exertion. And I just go, next time I'm going to vet the driver.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, vet
That's
in the operative word. It was an
You
animal.
won't get any arguments from me.
All right, guys. So, just so you know, just to help you guys out, for those of you who weren't here for last session, the last few sessions that I've been playing, you know for what you're here to find the Princess Danimede, as I said before. She made a cry from somewhere in Stgyia, and you learned that someone in Stgyia in the last 2 years that you've been looking for her knows where she is. There is a young man by name of Dosh who stays nearby in Luxor, the city of serpents in Stgyia, who should be able to help you get on your way. That's the good news, once again. The bad news is, it's fucking Stgyia. What are you going to fucking do? It is not exactly the world's safest place in the world. It's an entire country ruled by nothing but sorcerer kings. Magic and horribleness is rife along its land. And the people there who worship Set, not all of them are very nice. It is a cutthroat desert Persian-style area, and you have to be very careful to survive. But if you can get to the town, you should be fine.
If we can get to the city of serpents.
Yes.
That does not sound like a friendly place, considering we've met the locals.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Indeed, it's not like we have an amazing history with serpents so far.
Yep, let's get those down so I check it right. Alright guys, I'm just keeping track of all the notes and what happened and things and whether people got injured and stuff like that. I want to make sure the game's all set up.
So
Alright, so
is it likely that there would be mercenary groups in and around?
yeah, but because it's Stgyia, it's a place whereby it's a place where only the strong survive, but unlike a place like Chimera, you don't have to be strong. As long as you're ruthless enough, you can get through anything. It's all about not taking mercy on the smaller man and breaking past all boundaries.
Sounds all right to me.
All right. The city of Luxor stands before you. It is a city made of pure emerald. It's literally incredible. It's like this wonderful emerald jewel in the middle of this horrible, harsh, dark desert. It is ruled by someone that, actually, I can't tell you that because none of you may not be there, and one of you have to make a society roll, so I can tell you that. What would you like to know about the city of Luxor?
Where it's safe. Where could a person ride up in a badly damaged carriage and not get robbed?
Okay, make me a society test.
I'm actually quite good at these.
You are from Acrilonia, difficulty 2. You're bordering, you know these things.
I am going to do 3d20, so have a doom.
Yeah. I'll take it.
I succeeded because of the focus for 2.
Oh, see? Focus is good for you.
I think I've already had more crits in this session alone than all of the other sessions we played put together.
I don't know how you keep doing this.
And that's just astonishing.
You know full well that there is a tavern nearby that you can use as a place to rest and put down. It's called the Tavern of Runbell. It's run by Lucy Runbell, a small, tiny little woman who married a very big, strong Stygian man who is feared by all the land. It's strange. She's a Morin, and as such, she's not part of the war that's happened before. But sometimes you can't decide who you love, and she just wanted to run a nice, quiet little bar. And her husband was like, anything for you, Suspicious. She's a small, quiet woman who doesn't like trouble in her place. And most people don't tend to fuck with them because the people that her husband have killed are more people than you can see as grains of sand, they say.
So I kind of give that kind of talk and go, but I think it'll be safe. just don't piss off them.
The locals.
Is it a place where warriors gather, or...?
It's a place where people who don't want to be disturbed gather. Warriors would gather anywhere. There could be some good, decent amount of warriors there too.
Very true. Very true. Well,
I think it's
let's
possibly
make our
not
way
best
there,
bet.
shall we?
Sure.
Yeah.
Unless
agreed.
anyone else has any ideas, any knowledge
No, it
of
sounds
this
like a
place.
good place to lay low.
Excellent. So I look back at the cart, like, I don't know, covered in arrows and possibly like a sword sticking into it somewhere or something like that. Go, maybe this will fit in. Maybe we should clean it up a little.
Oh, we could unhitch the horses and just leave it on the outskirts of town.
Is there
A
anything
warrior
particularly
doesn't
precious?
remove the trophies of his triumphs. Why would we want to clean it up?
It'll attract attention.
It really
Yeah.
in this place?
Yeah.
We did like dismember a snake just next to me, so like it's probably fairly bloody. Maybe a fang stuck into the seat or something.
Yeah, snake blood.
Snake blood. It's up to you what you want to do. But Maeve is right. This town would not look any different if your car came in covered in scars.
Okay. We'll ride. Try surreptitiously ride into the town and head to this quiet place.
You should wear the marks of your own battle proudly.
I think in Aquilonia we have a thing about presentation. Aesthetic standards and such.
Right, riding into town. Coming into the Emerald City of Luxor is simple. There's no real main guards in the daytime. People can come in and go as they want, especially from the dirt, because it's boiling hot in there. As you arrive in, you see you're in this like large sort of marketplace with people in and happy to trade money and gold and all of that jazz. There's gold from all parts of the world here. It's Stgyia, but it's a sort of pseudo-safe place without having to worry too much. The Sorcerer King who rules here is a little scary, but which Sorcerer King isn't? This one seems to like trade and commerce. He likes people coming in and out. As you make your way inside the city itself, you can see a lot more of people from all other kinds of, what's the word I'm looking for? Races? I guess it's technically races, because there's different people in different places.
Nationalities?
Yeah, nationalism. You can see a whole bunch of people from Sumeria, Zamora, Aquilonia, picked even, they're all here, they're all trading this harsh desert, but really emerald-style city. As you move further and further in, you start to see less and less people from around the gates, until you can see ahead of you the run by Lucille Runbell. There's a few carts parked outside, and there's doors patiently waiting for you.
So I pull up and try just tend to the horses. I'm sure they've not had the best of days. And
Probably not.
Can I attempt to is the horse that I shot? Is it looking okay?
It looks. I mean, we can say you tended it on the way over because it's not really going to affect the story at the moment. It's just a horse, and it's on the carriage. It's going to be fine.
Okay, fair enough. Petrus goes and tends to the horses for a moment.
Sounds fair. You want going inside?
Yeah, jump down, dust off the clothes, get all these sand grains off. Out my beard.
Awesome. You're slightly dead to the beard, but you look awesome. The doors themselves open up to this sort of... what am I looking for in my head? It's not a bar per se. Think of it more like just an open space with an open roof. There's actual rooms further on, and it's open to the sun, so the sun can blaze on down. But there's a few palm leaves that have been placed at the top to give it less of a heat wave. You can still see the sun streaking from inside. The tables themselves, most of them are carved. Some of them are made from what looks like clay and put on. The bar itself is a big stone marble bar, and behind it stands this very small, petite, quiet woman who's just quietly pouring drinks from this sort of like wooden style keg that's like etched into the wall. She like grabs the side of it and she scrapes it down, and this like just flows into the cups. And then she places it down to the next button, and she goes to the next one. She does the same thing. And people just seem to be grabbing it and just like drinking away and just going to sit down and mind their own business. She sees you guys come in and she takes a deep breath and she goes, "Customers, please come in. How can I help?"
Edric, do you have any money?
Yeah, I'll dig deep in my pouch.
It's assumed that everyone has a little bit of money just to keep them going.
Yeah,
Actually, no,
for a few
hold up a
rounds.
second. Hold up a second. Might actually not be a thing. Hang on. Because I think you guys might actually have to give yourselves money. Nope, yeah, everyone has basic money. Everyone has money on them. Just to be fair.
Okay.
So I'll head over to where the woman's pouring the drinks,
Mm-hmm.
put down a few coins on whatever the nearest flat surface is to, and then I'll say, 3 drinks, one for myself and one for each of my companions, please.
She nods quietly and she takes your money and she sort of stops and looks at it slightly and looks up at you. And then shrugs and puts it into her pocket. She goes onto the wall again to that weird keg thing that's just like seriously etched almost like a line in to make the juice flow through, which she does in just about enough times to fill up this glass of this really thick green foamy liquid that she places in front of you. And she also smiles and she goes, "Can I help with anything else?"
Petrus is sort of still rubbing his neck where the snake bit into him. And he kind of looks down at the green liquid and go, "Interesting drink. Is it a local delicacy?"
She nods and she goes, "We grow it here ourselves. There's a weird kind of cactus. It grows something that's incredibly putrid to drink, but can get you drunk really fast. It's also one of the very easiest and cheapest sources you can." Fucking, it's like, fuck this! Fucking get drunk! Wow! Spring break! Okay, Maeve, could you please make me a resistance test? Difficulty 2.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. I've succeeded once.
Excellent. You are feeling a little bit tipsy, but you want more. The problem with the drink isn't how incredibly drunk you are, it's how moreish it is.
I'll also go and slap the vessel back down in front of her, and I'll say, "Yes, I like it. It is good. Another one of those."
She gives a really big smile. She goes, "Certainly." You, for the rest of this scene, you're gonna be ordering drinks for a while. It's just that good.
I turn to Edric and go, "Where did we pick Maeve up again? She's very gun-ho."
Yeah.
I'll be sort of turning around drunkenly and saying, "There is a time to fight and there is a time to drink. And we have done the fighting, now is the time for drinking." I'll say, slurring my words quite badly. Probably on about my 3rd drink.
About your 3rd drink, a voice calls from the right of you guys and goes, "Oh, I see you're still getting drunk with your friends here. What a surprise."
I'm guessing I recognize that dry wit.
Yes. For those of you who weren't there for the last few sessions, there is a young boy who was a young boy the last time these guys saw him 2 years ago, that they met up in a town called Churich, who was the son of a bartender and bartenderess, technically. His name was Dosh, and when you last saw him, he was a young, weedy little child who just wanted to read some books and be left alone. In the 2 years you've met him, he's gone through a growth spurt. He's gone taller, his chest has gone broader, he's wearing slightly light-looking leather armor, and he has a really nice set of daggers, like, tied up to his legs. And he smiles towards you, Petrus, and it's like, "Petrus, it's been a while." And, like, opens his arms for a big hug.
I still holding my drink in one hand, I go, "You're a long way from home, Dosh," and then embrace him.
So are we all. As I'm holding it, goes, "I'm glad you came. I'm glad you got my. Did you get my message?"
Yes. Presuming that's the same message as Danimede. Oh.
Yeah. He nods and goes, "I sent that. We need to talk privately if that's alright." And so stops and looks over at Eldrick, goes, "Eldrick, is that you?"
Yeah, a bit more stubble on the old chin. It's gone a bit grey, but yeah, it's me.
I'm glad you're alright. How's my father?
Um,
Remember,
He
you're the one who
was-
created the dad character, so technically he's asking you.
he was lying drunk under a table last time I saw him.
Good old dad. Keeps the morals up. That's just great. And who is this? As soon as he sees Maeve, like his demeanor changes, he goes, "Who is this lovely lady?"
I'm just going to sort of like look over my shoulder. Probably nearly fall over because I've been drinking a lot and I've just moved.
That's
You see,
me.
like, you
she-
see. It's after you.
No, you go.
You see his demeanor was always, even though he was standing before, he had a whole impression of his dad. The whole like big, I'm growing bigger than I look. I've got my weapons to my side. I'm looking badass. I feel like a man. Look, and he switches into more of an Aquilonian accent in his voice, and like his body gets a little bit slimmer, and his chest goes a little bit more in, and his eyes go a little more like slightly into slits as he looks at Maeve. Goes like almost like someone who is fairly well versed in changing his demeanor to fit the situation. And he goes, "It's nice to meet you, Maeve. M. Dosh."
She's
I'll nod at him through slightly unfocused, sort of like piercing blue eyes as I'm trying to like stare at his
Looks
face
like
and stuff like
yeah.
what who he is.
She's already had a few. She may be unresponsive very, very shortly.
I'm not gonna lie.
Why not have a few drinks? We are celebrating, and I'll slap him in the chest in a sort of friendly manner.
Petrus
Slap
reels
Petrus.
slightly. He's not a very strong man. Took him off balance. Reminds me a bit of the princess. She's quite boisterous.
He sort of stops and like his face goes serious again, and that demeanor he had before of the like large Sumerian comes back in, almost like he's embodying both his mom and his dad in a kind of way. And he goes, "Yes, we must talk. I have a room here if you'd like to come in."
Excellent.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
takes
let
you
us
to this-
talk.
He looks at her and goes, and he takes you into this like private room to the side. He pulls up a chair, like it's like got like a fairly hard looking like bed with a roll up thing on it that you roll down and lie on to like sort of sleep. But there's cushions on the side, and he sort of comes up. He like comes in, welcomes you in, and he sits on it, and like he passes each one of your cushions to sit on the floor.
I'll take your cushion.
Sit down.
Yeah, fair enough. Lay down rather than sit down. Use a cushion as a pillow.
I don't have much time because unfortunately it's taking you guys a while to get here, but I'm gonna go straight to the point. Princess Danimede is to be married tomorrow to the Sorcerer King Rook.
Well,
As you can tell, this is very annoying for all of us involved, as this is not the first time this has happened.
does she? Is this a hobby or something?
I'm not quite sure. When she left you maybe, those 2 years ago? It took me a while to track her down, and we've been adventuring together ever since. She said she had something to get from Rook, and she wasn't quite sure how she was going to get it. So she decides to become a, what's the word I'm looking for? A servant girl? I know it's Danimede. It's weird for her to take that option. She became a servant girl, and in a month, everything was fine. She was working at the palace. She was looking for what she was looking for. And then 2 months ago, the announcement King Rook was marrying his 7th wife came out, and it had her face on the posters.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure how she went from servant girl to getting married in 2 months.
I'm not quite sure how she managed to pretend to be a servant girl all that time.
She looks and goes,
like a manner of evil sorcery to me.
I am more than happy to get that. The last message she sent to me was on the day of the wedding. She managed to get a message to me, and it said, and I sent the message straight to you, Petrus, because quite frankly, I have no idea what to do. You're the hero. You saved it the last time. Both of you did. What do we do?
We save her again.
I guess we crash another wedding.
Well, technically, we didn't crash the last
know.
wedding. We just We kind of stopped it from happening. It wasn't really our fault. She didn't really want to get married anyway. She just sort of ran off.
I know, Dosh. I know. I was just I was just trying to sum it up there.
For those of you who would like to be in know, the last few sessions, Princess Danimede was meant to be married to a younger prince in Aquilonia. At the end of the session, she got on a horse and was like, "Fuck this noise," and fucking bolted. Just to keep you guys abreast. Okay, carry on.
So, any idea where she resides? Where is this palace? I presume.
He like reaches up and he grabs one of the curtains and he pulls it up, and you see this beautiful, like almost like Persian-shaped building in the center of town with the towers and the windows and the doors and all of it. It looks incredible, and it's made of pure emerald all the way through. It's the headquarters, he goes, of the Sorcerer King Rook, who has ruled this place for 700 years.
That's quite a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, you think you get bored now. He usually cycles through wives. He tends to stick to about maybe 4 or 5 wives per generation. At which point he's done with them, and then he moves on to the next set. And they're given lavish houses and given away. He's never really been an old evil person. He just sort of does what he wants, which is get married, gets bored of them, throws them away, and moves on.
That's a certain level of evil. Sure, it's not like despotic conqueror, but
Either way, this lands have been kept safe by him for that long. I mean, it's still Stgyia. It's still hell. But amongst all the Sorcerer Kings, you won't find a nicer one than Rook.
but still, he'll probably cut your tongue out for speaking out of
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah, I thought so. I know these types. So ideally try keep him in place, is what you're saying, to avoid like destabilization of the realm?
Ideally, get Princess Danimede out of there.
Yeah.
That's who I care about. It's still Stgyia. If he goes, they'll find somewhere to survive.
And you
So,
said she...
we fight our way into the palace, rescue the princess, and get out again.
But with the thing she wanted.
Yes.
Do you know if she has it in her possession last time you talked to her? Or does
Not
she
a
just know
clue.
where it is? Okay.
She just knows where it is. She said it's an item to end all wars. I can't even begin to imagine anything like that.
Mm.
No, I can't begin to think. As much as I like the idea of fighting through a Emerald Palace and the 600-year-old leader who's probably amassed a small army of bodyguards, is there a stealthier
Probably.
option? Is there a back door? An emerald back door?
An emerald back door. He sort of looks at it and goes, "Your guess is as good as mine. We can try and infiltrate the palace the best we can. There must be ways to get in. I'm just happy to listen to suggestions and work with it."
Okay.
Oh, we could go and have a look. Start with. Case the joint, I think is the expression.
You can case a giant. Remember, guys, you've got fortune points. You can always spend fortune points to have plot elements happen. So if there's a way you want to get in and haven't made it clearly obvious or easy, you can go, "I spent a plot point. That's one way we can get in."
They must have servants and the like take food and supplies and things like that into the palace.
Yes,
if we
no
can,
problem at all.
if we can find out when the servants go in, perhaps we could replace some of them and get into the palace that way, in disguise or something
That could
like
work.
that. This isn't really my area of expertise.
That could work. I mean, they are preparing for the wedding now. So there'll be a whole bunch of food stuff coming through. We could use one of those methods to get in. We could be
Exactly.
caterers.
Who would notice a handful more servants amongst the countless hundreds they must have in the palace?
I think that does make sense. It's worth a shot. I'm happy for any other suggestions.
Okay. So can we go find one of the many places probably that is due to supply this place with food? And we could maybe see what they're wearing or something, or steal some of their uniforms or something like that.
He goes, "I'll do the best I can. out of curiosity, what's going on? That aside, game face wise, you guys ready? Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second, guys. Gameplay wise, what you could do is you can make one single society roll, either society roll or where's the skills list? Society roll will probably help, or you could make a observation roll or a stealth roll. But it will be a group roll, because that would be a good time for me to explain the group roll rules.
Do we all have to roll under the same test, or can we roll under separate tests?
Usually, because of the way the game is done, because of the situation we're in, you can all run the separate tests. But first, you have to decide who's making the lead roll. Who is it?
I'm very good at society. Not so much the other ones.
Given the fact that I'm more than half pissed at the minute, I'd suggest not me.
Okay.
You're like, fucking get that.
Edric? Got any stealth or observation or society?
Well, I don't think observation because I can't actually find it on the character. Oh, there it is. Yep.
I can't find observation on the character sheet. I shouldn't be rolling it. It's under awareness.
Normally, my stealth skills are fine, but at the minute I fear they might be a little bit less than good.
You'll be fine. So, decide who's leading, and then I'll tell you what to do next.
Well, I'm slightly better than the average man, but not as good as you, Petrus.
Okay. I have some knowledge that I can throw around, so I'll aim for society, and I'll lead the roll.
Alright, before you roll, those of you who aren't taking the lead, you roll one dice, a single dice, at your skill, and if you get below your target number, you give him one success automatically. If you roll a natural 1, you give him 2 successes.
No, it's not happening for me.
Nope, you're just too fucking drunk. You don't care.
I'm sat in the corner going, well, I still think we should have fought our way into the palace.
Fuck you. Goddamn Aquilonians trying to get me to fucking talk my way through things. Goddamn.
Yeah, it is nicest drink, isn't it?
So Petrus, difficulty 4, trying to get all these things together. No one's helping you. You're on your own.
And I'm the one who spent all his plot points of this is gonna be, or fortune points.
You'll be fine.
I have to roll 5 dice at it then for us even to slightly succeed.
Yes. I'll take those 2. It is a daunting task, but you can do it.
Wow.
Wow. Plan, son. Them 17s though.
Yeah, so I got 3 successes rather than 4 necessary. Okay,
so here's the good news. You've definitely got the uniforms. You've definitely got it all down, and you're absolutely ready. You have this montage where all you guys deck up. You get the hats. You get whatever version of uniforms you have, and you can go in as any kind of servant or of your choice. Bad news is you've only got the outfits for the day of the wedding, aka that morning. Okay, the night is happening at night. On the night of the wedding is the night that you can go in. You cannot go in before that. That's how long it took you to get that stuff.
Okay. Well, we tend not to plan ahead too much anyway.
Exactly. When is it? What is the...
It's the night.
Remembering our go.
The sun is setting. The celebration is happening. Sorry, what?
Gives us time to sober up a little.
Yep. And now it's time to sober up and get ready.
Yeah, that was why it took so long, because Petrus was the only one doing it while you two just drank.
Petrus was like, is anyone going to help me with these costumes? They're like, nah. Shit, man, I got drunk last weekend. It's great.
It doesn't happen to be that this place that we're at is giving some of its cactus liquor to the wedding at all, and we could Or is that too dangerous, giving you a barrel of cactus liquor to go in with?
Well, actually, if you ask Dosh, he can probably survive the cactus layer free.
Sweet.
Because he can help out with that much. He's like, that shouldn't be a problem. But I'll be there to help you if you need a hand.
Okay.
Good man.
So,
Thank you.
He goes, not a problem. I'm just doing stuff to help my friends, right?
So we're trying to wheel in a keg or several of
Several
cactus
kicks.
juice.
Right. Before we continue this, can we take a quick 5-minute break so Lloyd can get some kind of what's called trousers on? Not like it's because he's wearing trousers right now, but he would like to get something. I like to slip in something a bit more comfortable for this part of the game.
Okay.
Thank you. And also, I need a drink. My throat is killing me. Okay, so I'll be right back. For those of you who are watching right now, we're taking a 1-minute break, a 3-minute break, so Lloyd can get a drink, okay? He's not going to edit this bit out. He's going to leave this bit as it is, because fuck the police. I'll be back.
Well, it's been kind of eventful so far.
Yeah, I think we're due some more 20s in this encounter coming up.
Unfortunately, considering how I remember it going in the Necromancer's tower and it all starts collapsing and all the times we failed drug rolls and falling off the edge of the cliff as we all slid out the sewer system.
Yeah.
And the midnight raid on the fortress that we did, and how many times we messed up then. But
Yeah, we're good at messing up. It's just so much of a surprise that we managed to survive that encounter with the snakes. It's just, whoa, what's going on?
Yes, I'm quite surprised we didn't end up in the crevasse, to be honest. Or at least having to make a jump check to leap from a falling cart. That I saw it going that way. But good news is that you guys have loads of fortune points left.
Indeed.
Yeah.
One of the
I've got
things I
to be
remember
spending
about the
them
fortune
soon.
points is that you can stop yourself from dying, which is why it's good to hold on to a fortune point, by the way.
Cool.
Because I know we didn't really take much damage in that encounter, but the damage is probably coming.
Mhm. Looking at that big stack of doom points that Lloyd's got, I'd guess we're in for a fairly bumpy ride.
I think that's what he spent potentially, but yes, this game always goes that way. Is that to succeed and survive in the moment, you have to usually roll with doom points involved, and then the doom points will come back to bite you in the ass later. But you wouldn't have actually got to that point if you hadn't have given him the doom in the first place. It's an interesting.
I quite like that because it does get across that idea of like the sort of threat level, like ramping up as you get towards like the climactic encounter.
Yes. Yes. It works quite well like that.
It is. Yeah, and Lloyd's good at using them against us as well.
Yeah, in interesting ways. I think there's a lot of ways in the rules, like you were saying, that you can just, in quite boring or mechanical ways or something, you can disadvantage the players. But he tends to save them all up and then do these big bombastic things like, oh, now there's a crevasse, or there's now a sandstorm, or the necromantic tower is now collapsing on you. Makes it a bit interesting. So
the bridge is on fire.
yes, or the bridge is on fire and you're being chased by a giant of a man who... Was I the one who was like ended up dueling him on the bridge while it's on fire, and then you like made a really lucky roll to like throw a rope or something around a piece of wood or something like that? I think I was hanging off the bridge at one point.
Yeah, it was a rope bridge, and we managed to cut and burn our way through the guide ropes that were holding it up on one side, and it all sort of flapped and collapsed.
I think I was dangling off the edge.
Yeah, with that guy holding onto your foot, that was it.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
But we survived.
Of course you survived. Don't you have any
See
faith in
the
me, guys?
sights. Well, we survived to see the. Now we're sightseeing in Stgyia and come to a wedding.
Exactly. How's it going for you guys so far, system-wise?
I'm enjoying it.
Excellent.
Mm.
Of course, everyone says that. That doesn't actually mean you're enjoying it or not. I mean, that's just I mean, but still, it's cool. As long as it's alright. Whew.
It's been good. I think we didn't use that banking momentum rule before, but I think it saved us being able to use it this time.
Yeah. It's because I didn't get a chance to use the banking momentum last time because I forgot about it, and I decided to try and remember it this time so we can use it because it might simplify things a lot more for people. So wouldn't just blow. Normally, I like blowing all your momentum to do something cool on one spot, but people have a problem trying to learn momentum and stuff like that. So I was like, I'll just let people bank it so they can do other things with it because I'm only fair.
Okay.
There are a few more like nitpicky stuff I haven't done yet, like wounds and trauma and stuff like that, but we haven't had a chance. We've only had one combat. But don't worry, wounds are coming, boys. Don't you worry. You just sit there and look pretty. Right. I believe we'll be ready to go in exactly 30 seconds. You've got 30 seconds to stake any combat complaints or anything else you'd like to talk about. Now's that. Go. Anything else? Any questions about the rule system, maybe?
Just weren't going to complain.
You don't have to complain. You can just talk about something else.
No, it's all good. I think from my end.
All right. In that case, let's do this. So, as you slowly start to approach the Emerald Castle, which is literally looks like, you know what? I know what it looks like in my head. You know the Aladdin Castle, where Princess Jasmine lives, her dad. Yeah, that's what it looks like, but all emerald. It's that fucking cool with the sun in the background. But now, because the celebrations have been kicked in for the wedding, everyone is celebrating on the street. So like, there's like music, there's dancing, there's like people doing like snake charming. People are like, oh, snake charming in Stgyia, how original. It's just like that all the way through. Like, I'm charming goats today. People are looking cool. Everything's great. As you approach the city, the palace, the closer and closer you feel, it's something you start to feel like, you know, as you get closer to the Sorcerer Kingdom, there's something starts to wash over you, a sort of like strange, touchy feeling. Does anyone have sorcery trained? Do you have one focus in sorcery?
Nope.
No.
It's under willpower. Top right.
It's that bit that we don't use very often.
Yeah.
I've
The
got no
willpower
focus in it.
Excellent.
None of the pre-Jane characters have training in sorcery.
Oh, I thought
No,
maybe
got a-
one of them would.
Got a
That's
task number. Is that not
Oh well,
sorcery?
no, not the same thing.
No.
As you start to approach, there's this feeling of like just gentle peace that just starts to wash over you. And you can see, even though, remember when you were going towards the Rumbell, things were emptier and emptier and emptier. The closer you're getting to this part, the more fairly more populated it is. But the more popular people are here, the more chill. Everyone just like nodding at you, giving you a thumbs up. You're pushing the cart along with what's called this giant catkiss keg that you got from Lucille Rumbell and her husband, who you still haven't seen yet. And you're moving further and further in into the castle, towards the castle itself. You get to the doors and you see you're not the only one in this giant queue of people walking in with food, creatures, flowers, ancient diamonds, weaponry. Everyone's just rolling in, and everyone's just here to party. You know, it's just a cool party in the castle, baby. That's all we're gonna do. Just party hard. Just so good. What do you do?
You mean aside from shake my head at the sheer decadence of the spectacle in front of us?
Yeah, pretty much that. You know the music that usually plays during like Conan like action scenes, like the what's called like magic scenes, da 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 da. That's playing in the background right now. It's great. People are just like fucking just feeling great. Someone's eating grapes. Some woman is running from a guy who's like, hey, 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 hey. It's just like that. It's great.
Petrus is like, almost as good as the parties in Equilonia.
This fucking bitch.
Okay, we need to find the princess. Stick to the plan.
The problem though is that you have a giant queue ahead of you. I mean, you're like well and truly at the back. Then, at the way the rate the queue is going, you might not even get in time for the wedding.
Can I make some sort of like command roll to like try and get us through the queue quicker, or find?
If you tell me how you do it, yes, you can.
So presumably there's someone organising like the supplies, like ticking a checklist or something as it all goes in, or scribing on it.
Yeah, they're these like half-naked men with like large snake helmets on.
So can I stroll up to one and go, "We're here with the cactus juice."
So it looks and goes, "You and every other person. What makes me think you're so special?"
Well, ours is the best in town. It's from Lucia, you said?
So cocks his head and like raises an eyebrow. Make me a persuade test, because you're being fairly persuasive, no commandy. If you were like, get out of the way, it's Lucille's time, we gotta go, move, go. Look, mate, I'm gonna move your shit. I'll give you that. But you're more like, hi everybody, can we just let us in? It's a great fun day, party hard, maybe get inside the thing, maybe just chill out.
I still can persuade. It's fine.
Difficulty 1, because you said Lucille's name.
Now I should be able to do this with just 2 dice, but I think I'm going to up it to 3.
Yes. Don't believe in yourself.
I
did that dice after all.
I did it, but oh well.
Just.
Okay,
so he's like, So looks at his friend, and his friend looks at him. He's like, "It's Rumbles." Oh, come in. They come. There's like 2 guys actually come outside and like take you. And I'm gonna spend some doom. They come outside and they literally come up to your cart and they start leading you inside the area. They start like taking all of you down, like past all the crowd. You get to the doors. You enter the doors. You see people. There's like a wedding planner. He's like a really tall looking guy with like snake tattoos running down his body, and he's like wearing nothing but like this nice looking like what's the word? Those like wraparound things.
Sarong.
Sarong, yeah. He's wearing this nice looking sarong. It's like, you there over there, do the thing. You no, do not put the flowers. How many times have I told you? Do not put the flowers on the snake creature. That is set. We worship him. We don't put flowers on him. Oh my God, move. He's like commanding people to move everywhere. It's beautiful chaos. They sort of see him. They look at you guys like, oh, this way. And they sort of like move you guys along. You start to head further and further in. They start to lead you a little bit further on until finally you arrive at this large kitchen. And when you get there, you hear this big like this like constant slamming onto the table. You come into what basically looks like a fucking forge for all intents and purposes. But there's food stuff lined up all over the wall, covering it all completely with like hung jerky, leftover meat, all that jazz. Static. I keep hearing. What's that? Oh, it might be you. It might be you again. I think you're dying again.
Oh no.
Dan.
Can you still hear me?
Dan, don't die on me. Oh, we see you. Don't move.
Okay.
Speak.
Hello.
Excellent. We got you. You're cool. Oh, well, you were doing fine until then. Okay, don't move, Dan. Hold still. Speak.
Hello.
Okay, you're not allowed to move from that spot.
Okay.
Stay right there. Don't breathe. Don't even breathe. At least let me finish the description. There's this beautiful, big, hunky meat like thing hanging on the wall, like just like dangling all over the place. And behind this man, this huge fucking monstrosity of a man with like really dark eyes. He's got we know how like the other guy had tattoos running up his body. He has like 2 snakes running up the side of him with the fangs where his eyes are. He's got horrible scars running down his neck and like all over his chest, and he's got like engraved like marks down there. He's literally the most ugliest motherfucker you've ever seen. He looks like he's gonna cut you up, and he's pounding like he's got this like big butcher knife, and he pulls something aside, and he lifts up, but he chops off the head, then like slides it along. He pulls another one, brings it up, chops off the head, slides on. These like young little boys with like bald head are like taking the things and moving it certain places, like something like properly cut it up. But he's like this huge forge master who's somehow turned his forge into a nice looking, nasty, dark, dank kitchen. And he sort of stops and he looks up at you, all 3 of you, and he goes, well, all 4 of you, because Dosh is there, and he goes, I hear you've come with a keg from Runbells.
Would I know using lore whether the marks on him, like the engraved marks on him, have any sort of like significance?
Make a lore roll. Difficulty 2. Oh, hold on. Difficulty 2, yes.
Okay, no problem. I'll give it a go.
Do you want to spend some doom?
No. Only 1 success.
1 success. These are marks that are given to one of the high-ranking members of certain parts of Stygian lands. Usually, usually getting a tattoo is like what everyone else does, like whatever. But to get the engravings on the arm, you had to be some kind of important person to some sorcerer king. That much you know.
Okay, I'll sort of like bow deeply, showing like a sign of respect to his station, and then I'll just, without speaking, I'll just nod and indicate to the keg that we've brought in with us.
Alright, so he looks over at the keg and sort of just grabs it. He grabs the like a giant keg in one hand, he lifts it up and he places it on the stone. He looks over and he sort of just eyes up and down and sort of nods quietly and looks at all of you and he goes, you are not the servants that come from Runbell.
The usual servants are sick.
Sort of folds his eyes slightly, like he's listening to you, but he feels like he's being super suspicious. And he looks over at Dosh, then he looks over at you, Maeve, then he looks over at you, Petrus, then he looks at you, Eldrick, and he sort of stops on you, and he goes, there seems to be a real strange correlation between older men and being servants. Aren't you a little bit too old to be moving kegs around, man? He says to Eldrick.
Work a good mind, sir.
And he takes a deep breath and sort of eyes you all gently. Guys, I think you should all make me a group persuade roll. Who's leading? And if you lead, you have to make me a statement. Also, oh god, the static is back! Ah!
Really?
Well, my last statement should tell you how persuasive my character is. Just going, yeah, they're sick. That's about
They're
as persuasive
sick.
and deceptive as I get.
Oh, I have a cough. Right, who's gonna take the lead then? What?
Static man.
Static man.
Hello?
Look, we hear you. I don't know why we're getting so much static from you. We weren't doing any static at all earlier.
Sounds like a loose connection.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold on 1 second while we fix Dan Barnes' microphone. This is very important because we need to know just how much of his ass is.
Normal service will resume shortly.
Very
I think you need to like, elevate the music queued up.
Yeah, we can still hear you. Sorry, what was that, John?
So this is when you need some elevator music queued up, man.
I know, right?
Is the static still going then?
Oh, it stopped. You fixed it.
Still fixed?
Still fixed.
Okay.
What'd you do?
I've just been fiddling with the cable, so...
Oh, cool. Basically, Dan, what it means that you need to get yourself a new microphone. Get a wireless headset. Let me look. Look at this. Free hands, baby. Oh shit. Fucking dancing. Oh, I'm dancing. Okay. Right. Now back to the game. He would like a persuade roll. Difficulty's only 3. He has his reasons why he's a little bit suspicious.
Just a quick question. At this point, rather than us make a persuade roll, could I spend one of my
Fortune
plot points, one of my fortune points, to
Yeah.
basically say that something goes wrong with someone else, like in the kitchen, that he has to like deal with, that distracts him and sort of calls him away?
I will give it to you, but only if I get to pick the distraction.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Okay. I'm gonna take one of your points away.
Yep, go for it.
Right. Give me 1 second. I just gotta find this character's name. You see him like look at all of you carefully, and his hand rests on his like giant butcher knife, which is like fucking huge, by the way. And you see his grip gripping. Eldrick, you have that feeling shit's about to go down. You're like cocking your neck, like, okay, this is real. Let's do this thing. Let's get ready to party. And as you do, the door to the right slams open, and he goes, Harlequin, not Harlequin, Helen, and he stops and looks at you all, then turns his head to this young boy. He's like, how dare you use my name? He goes, I'm sorry, but King Ishtar is here. And he stops and goes, King Ishtar? He looks over at you servants, looks over at the boy, then goes, drop the piece and leave. And then you see him like pick up his butcher knife, slam it into the fire, like above the fire, so it starts to heat up. And then his giant form walks out the door of the young boy.
I suggest now would be a good time for us to make ourselves scarce.
Yeah, that was convenient. Let's move.
By the way, you now have run the castle, guys. Question is, where are you gonna search? Dosh is like, I don't know where to go first. Taking your lead.
Is there like a smaller portable keg that we could hold just as evidence that we were working rather than just infiltrating?
You know what? There's an
castle?
empty one you can pick up that looks big enough for all 4 of you to carry, so it looks like you're needing something.
Okay.
I will say, while you're picking it up, if you make any persuade or personality test, you have +1 die to it.
Okay. Sweet.
Could I spend another one of my my fortune points to say that actually before we came here, the empty crate has actually got our weaponry in it?
Oh no, you can have
So
that
we're
for
not
free.
sort of
I'm not gonna
cool.
make that. There's no reason why I make you spend a plot point for that. That'd be dumb. No, you can have that for free. The empty crate is full of your weapons.
Cool.
Good thinking, Dave. As we flash back to when we were planning.
Yeah, like a leverage stuff, flashback. Doo-doo-doo. You're like loading up the cake.
I imagine that was the one sensible suggestion I made whilst I was in the midst of my drink.
You're like drinking. Fucking put some fucking swords in the fucking can.
Yeah, I was like, just stick him in the fucking barrel.
Stick him in the fucking barrel. All right, guys.
So, I don't. Can I make some sort of, once we get to some element of safety, could I make some sort of law check to? Do I know how marriage proceedings go here? Like, can they not see the bride? Would she be in?
You can make a society check at 3 difficulty or a law check at 2.
Huh.
Could we assist?
Group law.
No, this is personal knowledge.
Okay.
It won't. You're kind of sharing your knowledge. You can assist with the law society. So those of you assisting can roll 1 die each.
Yeah, I've been around a bit.
Yeah.
Might
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make you guys roll too much dice. So I'm trying to limit everything to like 1 major roll just to help everyone else out.
Yeah, cool.
Psh, I'm no help.
Like, nope, don't give a fuck.
Run it
back,
no.
They're like, hey, we can help. Oh, do you know anything about this? No. Oh, okay.
I will do a 3d20 law check then.
I imagine we're like,
Oh.
I'm like,
Yes!
in Samaria when we get married.
That's bad.
How the fuck does that help?
Do I try to think so hard that I forget something?
No. Well, kind
How
of,
are you
yes.
gonna D20
Okay.
law check?
So you
boy.
failed and you rolled a 20.
Yeah.
Now, you remember specifically that the way brides and grooms are kept in Stgyia is that the woman is taken to the baths where she is washed clean of all her impurities and kept in a beautiful straight form for her sorcerer king god to take her and defile her in the name of Set himself or some other random shit like that. These people are fucking weird. So she must be somewhere near the baths, being cleansed.
Oh.
Right. That is what I believe. I think I remember something about bathing.
Bathing.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Baths.
Mayor's like, what the fuck?
Yes. So, presuming the baths are on one of the lower floors,
Yep.
we might not
Get
be
to it
too
fairly
far
easy.
away.
It's not, because you're next to the forge, which like the fire from the earth that you guys use, that lava from the earth that you guys use to power the forge, is what powers the baths. Yeah, it's powered by lava now, guys.
So if we
is-
follow the heat source, that should take us to the baths then.
Yep, piece of cake.
Maybe you could take one while you're there, Maeve.
Girl, don't take that, girl.
Oh. After she made the bathing comment.
All right, so are you heading there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Your assumption is correct. As you arrive there with your keg, you can see 4 buff-looking guards with like nasty-looking scimitars to their sides, like half naked with tattoos, looking sexy, like super buff, of course, are standing by the doors with their arms folded.
So we're still carrying the keg, and we're trying to get to the baths. So no, we don't probably know enough about if they're even allowed alcohol before the ceremony, or if it's normal for them to drink alcohol in preparation or something. So this bluff check's going to be interesting.
You're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's go.
Why don't you just walk up to them like you own the place and just tell them to get out of the way? You need to use the baths. Just tell them to step aside. If you seem like you belong here enough, that they're probably trained to do that.
Yeah, probably.
They're looking for people who look like they don't belong.
Okay. So how
should
does a
definitely
keg
take Maeve's
belong in a
advice.
bathhouse? If you... I'm just trying to think of some reason that I can explain why 4 people are trying to get a very large keg into a bathhouse.
Stack party.
I'm just going to turn around to you and I'll look at you and I'll say, if you ever tell anyone I did this, I will kill you. And I mean, seriously, I will kill you. Then all I'm going to do is I'll just drop off all my clothes, shove them into the barrel. We'll walk up. If they ask why we've got the barrel, it has my personal effects in it. We've been travelling a long way. I need to cleanse myself in the bath.
So you're going by yourself.
No, I think we're following.
Well, no. Of course, I have to have servants. I'm guessing you nobles wouldn't possibly lower yourselves to wash yourself. You're going to have to fill in the details on this.
Okay.
You have more reasonable turn of phrase than me. I'm not used to this sort of thing.
Okay. Where are we from again? Which country?
Stgyia. That's what you're now.
No, but where is Maeve from, so I can announce her properly?
Samaria.
Samaria. Okay. I step up with the others in tow to these guards, and I declare, make way for Maeve of Samaria. She needs to wash before the occasion.
Okay, make a difficulty 0 persuasion or command test of your choice.
Difficulty 0.
Yeah,
So is this
they're
basically
not
anything
going.
but a 20? Or
Yeah. Well, no, you have to make one success.
oh, okay. But you with the barrel, okay. I suppose I'm not really using that to my full advantage.
Can we assist with this?
Yeah, if you want. I don't think he's gonna need it, but okay.
Go for it. I'm seriously worried. But nope.
No, I'm no. I'm just the eye candy.
I shall assist by being really kowtowed and staring at the floor rather than Maeve's bottom.
Wow.
Wow! You're like, I'm really trying not to tell him his bottom. Damn, that ass though.
You are the
Yeah,
humble
so
little person.
I got a
So
one.
that's 2
Just remember what
successes
I said.
already. Could you roll some dice?
There. Okay, I succeeded twice as well.
Just
So
remember
that's
what
4
I said about the
successes.
killing earlier.
I am almost taken away by how good Edric is at pretending to be some humble slave.
Okay, the gods give you one single look. They literally just look at you. Actually, what do you want to spend your full momentum on? It's important you tell me this now.
I don't know. What do you think, guys? I mean, presuming that the success lets us in, does it let all of us in, or just her? Or
With 4 success, you can probably get them all. You can probably get you all in.
okay.
Actually, it can only get one of you in, aka her. The rest of us can be outside.
Even with 4 successes.
Actually, you're right. Spend 4 successes. I'm not gonna take that away from you.
I
They'll
mean,
get you all in.
You can add more doom in if you want.
Are you trying to get me to spend my doom? You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doom. Only one of you can get in.
Okay. Right.
Just Maeve.
Do you have any concealed weapons?
I'm just going to look down at my complete lack of clothes and say, where on earth would it... No, actually, don't answer that.
Can we,
Okay, so Maeve. They say come on in.
I'll head in.
So, they open the doors. You enter this area. There's like this beautiful like Persian music playing. And there's these beautiful candlelights lined up along the side. The room is full of all these like fully dressed women, whites, these beautiful white dresses, just like using a fan to blow the air around. It's made the room super steamy. As you enter, you see the water stretches all the way inside.
Okay, do I see any sign of the person we're looking for, or
You
anyone
can
who's...
see a figure further ahead.
yeah.
Can
Is
I
it
make
this
out whether
point-
the figure's male or female?
Now, this is very interesting because we're gonna cut back to you, Petrus. As soon as she closes the door, you go, yeah, she's gonna find what's called Princess Danimede. We're gonna get out of here. And you go, something's been nagging at the top of your head. The whole thing about Sorcerer Kings, what's called cleaning the woman to defile her. You swear, did you get that wrong? Wait, hold up. Then you realize it's the other way round. The Sorcerer King needs to be cleansed, so he is fresh and pretty and clean for the woman to take the woman, so she can no longer be made filth by his dirty, evil magics. You realize that maybe that's why there's 4 guards at the door. You realize that you probably just sent Maeve in to Rook, the Sorcerer King's lair, which is exactly what happens because as you step in and take a look at the minutes, you hear an old croaky voice go, "Come here, my dear. I heard your proclamation. Maeve the Cimmerian. I will be honored if you join me at your side. After all, I'm not married yet." As the smoke starts to clear, you see this man, gray hair, gray beard, runs a little bit further down, a nice little 2 points. His hair is like fairly short cut. But at the back, there's only like a tiny ponytail that runs out to the point, like a very tiny long one. He is naked all the way down to the water. But for an old man, he is buff as shit. He is like fucking rocking that old rough bod. It's crazy, and he's lying in the water like I don't know why I'm dancing. Like, woo, check me out, boys. He's lying in the water, his arms stretched out, and he's like, Maeve the Cimmerian, I would be honored if you join me.
Since I'm guessing that it's probably not a great leap to realise roughly who he is, given the guards and his obvious age, I'm gonna play along for now, and I'll join him in the bath.
Okay, so you're like, oh boy, let's get in there. Right, we're gonna deal with you two first. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was going to say I'll make a mental note to have a serious word with Petrus if I get out of this. And
At this point, like Petrus is like, well, she's never met the princess before, so I hope she finds him or finds her. Completely oblivious.
Petrus.
So let's do the inside. So you walk in your full sexy Maeve self, like get in the water, look right. Of course, the camera's now cut to exactly your boobs, so like it's PG-13 for the younger audience. And he's like in the water, and he goes, I have met many a woman in the 7 years I've lived. Women who have thrown themselves at me, women who have thrown themselves at me to kill me, women who have simply just stared me in the eye, and my knees have shaken amongst how powerful they could be. But I've never had any simply just walk up to the bath of my wedding day of all days and simply demand to be with me. This is definitely a first in 700 years. I'm assuming you're not yet to kill him. Yeah?
I'll look him in the eye with my sort of piercing blue eyes, and then I'll say, would it make any difference if I were? Are you not a sorcerer king? What chance would I have, alone and unarmed, attempted to kill you?
He sort of laughs a little bit, like he cocks his head back and he goes, to be honest, you're right. Far better men and women have tried than you. So what brings you to join me? Is it my lure? Do you just want to be with a sorcerer king one last time before he moves on to the state of marriage? Do you wish to sire my son desperately in an attempt to have your own sorcerer child?
In Samaria, we do not require sorcery. However, we respect power and the ability to take what one wants. In Samaria, if we see something we want, we go after it. We do not practice deceit. We simply walk up and take what we want.
Guys, is it getting a little hot in here, or is it just me? I need some air. I need some air. Well, okay. Alright, so he sort of pushes himself off the water and he slithers towards you and comes like face to face to you. And he goes, but what if what I want is something that you cannot handle, my child? I am a 700-year-old powerful mage. You are but a, sort of looks you up and down, young but beautiful woman. Perhaps what you seek might be greater than you can handle.
Then I would meet the fate that I would expect to meet if I were facing such a power. That is the way of Samaria. We eternally test ourselves against the strength of our foes and of our friends and our allies. If one day we meet a force that we cannot triumph over, then we fall into defeat. That is our way. Only the strong survive and the weak perish. That is the way of Samaria.
You know what, guys? That was so good. Can everyone get a fortune point for that? Because that was, I think I wasn't really expecting to talk about Cimmerian deepness at this moment. He moves a little bit closer as well. You can see his tongue is slit in half. He's got like one of those split tongues, almost like a snake style, and it's slithering. And he looked you like directly in the eyes, and he goes, "Then let's see if you can. Make me a resistance test as the Sorcerer King stares you in the eyes. Difficulty 3.
Okay, resistance. Where's that located?
I will give you 1 bonus dice because, quite frankly, you've been staring him in the face and being like, "Nah, man, I don't give a fuck." And you've got that kind of courage to keep you going. If I were you, now would be a really good time to spend those fortune points.
Don't worry. So now, if I remember correctly, if I spend a fortune point, I can just like choose to place one of the dice on a 1. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so
You
I'll
can
spend
only
a
ever
fortune
have
point.
5 to 20. Yeah, so that's 2 successes.
Okay, so I'll spend a fortune point to get 2 successes, and I'll roll the other d20.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. So I've just got the 2 successes.
All right. You stare him in the eye, like directly in the eye, and it starts to consume you. There are worlds. Well, not like that. There are worlds, like universes, like being somewhere behind his head. There's like a whole plethora of terrible evil and that normality and good and all of it. Just his loves, his hurts, his dreams, all of it would just whack in the head, and you slowly start to lose consciousness. As you slowly reach down towards the water, he catches you in his arms, and he slowly starts to come down towards you. His teeth slowly changing into that of full-on canines as he reaches for your neck. Meanwhile, outside, anything you two are doing before I continue?
How many guards are outside this door?
4.
Okay. Like, Petrus is kind of like would be checking his watch at this point if it existed.
Watches existed. You're like, yeah,
like,
shit. Look at my wrist, guys. We gotta go.
Just whistling innocently.
Excellent.
And then
Because I got something
realized,
I can do, but I'm waiting to see what you guys are doing first if I do something.
and then you say I realise that actually it's the Sorcerer King in the baths, and I just stop whistling and then go, guys, and I kind of like huddle. We huddle behind the barrel or something, or just slightly away from the guard.
Josh is like, what's up?
You know the bathing thing? That wasn't
Yeah.
so much for the princess, soon to be queen. That was for the Sorcerer King.
Oh.
Um,
For the
right.
bathing.
Like Josh looks at the door, then he looks at you, then he looks at the door, then he looks at you, and he folds his arms.
Well, the bathing bit was true, and
You can see smoke and weird, strange Stygian smells of like weird magic. You really feel it like running down the back of your neck. Some shit's going down in there.
Okay,
through the door.
that's it then. Head towards the door.
All right, there's 4 guards, buff guards with weapons, standing in front of the door as you're heading towards it.
Stand aside.
They fold their arms and go, "What?"
Stand aside. She needs to come out. It is time
they
for us
go-
to go.
They go, "No one comes out unless the Sorcerer King says it."
I shall bellow. Maeve!
Maeve, I will give you a second test as he yells his name.
You
Okay, if it's a second test now, forgive me if I'm reading this wrong, but I do have a steely glare.
Okay.
I'm not sure entirely what that does, but since I was meeting the Sorcerer King's gaze,
You're gonna try and steely
It
glare him
must
instead.
It's a form
Ooh.
of attack.
It's a form of an attack. It's like an attack you can do, but attacks trauma. Attacks resolve instead of vigor.
okay,
like-
yeah.
it's
So I'm just
mental.
going to stare back at him, and I'm just trying to like summon up all my sort of reserves, thinking about the sort of strength of the Sumerian people, and sort of almost like push that back at him to try and like force back this weird
love
feeling and this drowsiness that's coming over me.
I love it. Okay, make the roll. It will be an opposed roll because he is a Sorcerer King. And his resolve is pretty high, but it didn't really matter because he rolled 2 successes.
Okay, so what am I rolling for this?
It's 2d20, trying to roll below your command. You can spend some doom if you like. I would advise it.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm planning to. I will spend 3 doom.
Yeah!
Okay, see if I can get 5d20, I think. It should be on there somewhere. Okay. Right, let's
Are you
give
ready?
it a whirl then.
Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you roll 3 successes? Can you do it? Did you do it? I don't actually know. You rolled 2 successes.
Yes, I did. 3
Damn.
successes.
What's your resolve focus? Is it 1 or 2?
It's 1.
1. Okay, that's 3 successes. Right. Roll mental damage.
And hope
Okay,
for 5
so
or
that's
6 to
2.
stun him.
And a 6
Oh,
and a 4.
6 and a 4. The 4 does nothing. A 6 and for 1, and I can choose to stun him. I think he is naked in a bath. He thinks he has you at his mercy. He's about to sink his teeth into you and suck your life essence out. And he doesn't see you, just rock your head up and go like, get the fuck off me. And it stuns him. So for a second he doesn't move as you hear the move coming in from outside the door.
Okay, as soon as he reels back, I presume the stun's like a momentary thing.
Yeah.
Okay, my plan will literally be to jump out of the bath.
Mhm.
I'll have a look around, see if I can see any sort of anything that might serve as a makeshift weapon that I can grab.
There's these candelabras. These little long candlesticks.
Yeah, one of them will do. I'll grab one of them, and then my plan is just to like hoof open the door and get out of there as quickly as I possibly can.
Oh, so you're gonna run towards the door. Okay. Now we are officially in initiative from now on. So
Oh no.
you've just taken your action. You two outside take your actions, and I'll take mine.
I'm slightly further back where the barrel is, and
Mhm.
Edric is up where the guards are. So I don't know how much of an action this takes. Can I like open the barrel and throw weapons to Edric?
Yes, you can. That'll take your whole action. Go boom, Edric, catch! And I throw his sword and shield into his hands like, let's go, boys.
Can I also grab mine but not move anywhere?
Yeah, that sounds fair. And Dutch is like, oh god, we're already doing the fighting. Alright, in that case, that's your done. Eldrick, what do you want to do?
Edric catches his weapons and turns to face 4 men. 4 royal guards.
Well-armed elite guards.
Oof.
By yourself. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
What
just
about-
like the old days.
But at least you've got weapons now.
Yes. Right, who's first, I'll say.
All 4 of them draw their dual scimitars. They stand there and look at you like, what the fuck are you gonna do, old man? Come at me.
I love that, like that image of these 4 massively buff snake guards and this old guy who's just had his weapons thrown to him, turns around and goes, "Who's first?" That's really
Who's first?
intimidating.
You know what? I love that. I think you should steely glare one of the
Point.
guys when you say that.
Use a plot point. Do something. Come on, Edric, you have 4 plot points. 4 fortune tokens.
Oh.
Make it better.
Yeah. I'll wait till they do something.
Go for it. Okay, well, if that's what you're gonna do, they're gonna take the action, which is attack you. Are you gonna be okay with that?
Yeah, I'll move at once, and the sort of a couple of them buffet against the shoulder to shoulder, and move themselves out of the way. So in actual fact, I'm only faced with 1. I position myself just right.
So we're gonna try and get round you and you're gonna like just move around to face them. I'll tell you what, since you didn't do anything your turn, I'll only one of them gonna attack on you. So one of them comes up, they're like, I'm gonna fuck you up, Eldrick. He's like, Gacha! Attacks you for 1. Do you parry?
I do.
Alright, roll it.
How does that work again?
You roll your parry.
Remember, you're like really good at it. I think one of your traits is.
So that's. I'm fine. I'm looking for
You have
parry
the
first.
deflect thing.
Yeah.
Parry is.
Parry
in coordination.
is
Full
under
action.
coordination in the middle under brawn.
Yep. Cool. Okay. So. Yep. I found parry then. So that gives me a. Yeah, it's not too bad. I shall give you 1. You said.
Only one hit.
Okay. And can you get the impetus, or whatever it's called, from a defensive action?
What from a session?
Momentum from
Momentum.
Yeah, you always get momentum if combat started. You can always get momentum if combat started. Doesn't matter what you roll.
So
So you can like do backflips and still get momentum.
I'll put an extra doom point your way then, and I'll roll 3 dice.
Do it, and then fail all 3 for me.
Oops, I'll click on the right tab first.
That might help.
3d20, where are you, baby? Okay. Oh, that's not. Well, that's 2 success.
That's 2 successes. That's 1 momentum. Yeah, you block him.
No, sorry, that's 3. That's a 5.
That's
I thought
all 3.
Ah, fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, get to and you're like, nah, mate. You give 0 fucks.
And
all right.
You
can bang those 2 if you
wasn't
want.
expecting that, so the rim, the edge of my shield, catches him on the wrist, disarms him.
Oh yeah. Disarm takes 3, I think.
3 is it? Okay.
You need 3 for disarm, not 2. Sorry. Okay. But you can knock him off guard, so he's not ready for your next attack.
Yeah, like he stumbles.
Yeah, like he stumbles backwards. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I just shift my weight enough so his forward momentum takes him off into this finely carved pillar that's to one side.
I love that. He like slams into the shoulder. He seemed like clutching his shoulder in like anger at you. Inside, the Sorcerer King looks at you running off and he's like, "You're good, but you're not that good. Come to me." And like he lifts up his hand, you see this wave of emotion just fly over him as it slams into your back. Make me a resistance test to avoid being hit with mental trauma.
Okay. One success.
1 success. Difficulty was 2. He shall put his 2 into momentum. He have 2 trauma damage plus his normal damage, which is only 4d6 because he's not really trying. So, well, he rolls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mental trauma damage. Now, damage. This is how it works. If you look at your character sheets, you have a slot that says Vigor and Resolve.
Yep.
Now, whenever you take Vigor damage, you mark your Vigor box. If you take Resolve damage, you mark your Resolve box. If you ever mark, you take away armor from Vigor attacks, because there's a soak, or courage from mental attacks, because that's your Resolve, because that's how you soak your mental Resolve. I believe Maeve does not have any mental Resolve saving powers.
No, she doesn't.
Excellent. So you take 6 mental damage.
Yep.
Now, we're not done just yet. Whenever you take 5 or more, like, stress, you automatically mark a trauma wound. So if you look up there, there's Resolve, and there's serious harms as trauma. What that means is that all your mental abilities, intelligence, personality, and willpower, all roll at a +1 difficulty.
Okay.
Excellent. That's what just hit you. Like he didn't even try, just reached out, reached for you, and then just sort of just emotionally hit you. Not only that, you have a choice. If you give me 1 doom right now, you will not be stunned and stuck where you are. If you don't, you'll be stunned and stuck where you are.
I'll go for being stunned, so I imagine I'm almost knocked off my feet by this sort of wave of emotions, sort of slammed to the floor as I'm reaching out for the door.
Excellent. Let me just read stun for you. What stun does, it inflicts the staggered edition, and it lasts for 1 round. Wait, how many 5s did I roll? 1 5 or 2 5s? I can't remember. Oh, I rolled 2 things, so it lasts for 2 rounds. For 2 rounds, you're staggered, which I also have to look up because staggered is different. God damn, you could just tell me. Fucking book. God damn, you stupid. Just tell me what staggered does. There it is, staggered. You can only perform a standard action in your turn. So you're hit, you can do a standard action, but you can't You can only do it if you're willing to pay 1 point of doom. So you can be hit by it and you're like, oh, I want to keep going, but your head is spinning and you're kind of not really there. And you
Okay.
can't react unless you spend a fortune point.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what he does. He hits you, and then he slowly walks out of the water as he's making his way to you. He's not in a rush. You're not going anywhere. He's got you, according to his idea. Right, top of the round, guys. Momentum goes down, and who's next? Who wants to go first?
Okay, I'm going to spend a fortune point to basically sort of continue like crawling towards the door.
It won't cost you a fortune point, it costs you a
That'd be
doom
it.
point.
Okay, I'll spend a doom point. So like I said, literally
Excellent.
crawling my way towards the door.
Excellent. You're like making it slowly on over there, and he's just like bopping behind you, like just taking his sweet time. Outside.
I just want to check. Are we being assisted by Dosh?
He'll help if he needs to.
If he needs to.
Yeah.
I look
So you
at
have
the
to if you
four.
want to do something specific, you can tell him. If not, he'll help when he needs to.
What kind of lighting is there? Are they like torches or oil lamps or something?
Yes and yes. There's both.
Right. Can I attempt to like smash an oil lamp or throw a torch at an oil lamp or something and cause some sort of explosion or sort of pool of fire that spreads over the guards?
Ooh. Should that cost you a fortune point to do?
I'm happy to pay one.
Yeah, I'll give you a fortune point. I'll give you a fortune point, and you have to make me a ranged weapons roll. And Dosh will give you a hand for an extra d20
Yay!
because he loves you. Difficulty is only 2.
Yeah, but my ranged weapons are not good.
I'll get better.
Are you making the Dosh roll?
No, he's just giving you. He's automatically giving you like 1 extra d20. Actually, no, he'll give you an automatic success. So you need to
Okay.
make 1 success.
This is still going to be really difficult. I'm going to go for 4d20 because literally mine is so bad.
Hooked on a feeling.
Oh, I critically succeed. Although I
Yeah, problem solved. So that's
And I
2.
succeed.
So 1, 2, 3,
it is
3,
success.
3 momentum. Do you want to bank it or do you want to use it now to like take the guards out?
Can I take them pretty much out of
You
it?
spent a fortune point. I don't want to take that away from you. So yeah, you can stun them for this turn, next 2 turns, while they try and pat themselves down with fire.
Okay. Right. So I say Edric, duck or dodge or something. And I unleash an arrow.
Edric, duck or dodge or something.
Do something, and then like so I
Step back
shoot an
out of the
arrow
way.
at like an oil lamp that then like breaks, and the arrow ricochets into a torch that then flips off into the pool of oil, and this spreading wall of fire or something is covering the guards.
I love it. The guards are panically trying to light them, like turn off the fires around them. They'll be done for 2 rounds. All right, Eldrick, what are you doing?
It rushes forwards and boots the doors open.
Excellent. You boot the door open. You see Maeve crawling towards the door, and walking towards us, this fully naked man with a very nice looking beard, hot bod, fully muscular, and sort of stops and he looks up at you and he raises an eyebrow.
Edric of Nemedia.
How quaint. Rick of Stgyia, he says back to you.
She's my woman.
Ooh,
Wait, what?
ooh.
And he goes, if you want her, come and get her.
I'll step into the room.
Alright, I can do anything else?
Is he within attack range? Go on.
There's a fully naked man in front of you with no weapons on his side. How hard can it be?
You steely glare on.
Go on, Steely glare him. I think it's a good idea.
Worked so well for me.
Where is that skill?
It's in the attacks.
Yeah, it's command.
Go on, I'll
He's
scare
already
him.
taken 2 damage from that. Or 3 damage from Steely glare.
Which way did you say it was?
You roll command as the skill, but the
Oh.
Steely Glare is in the bottom of your attack menu.
Yeah. Everyone should have a Steely Glare, because
Ooh,
like
totally,
everyone needs
yeah.
a Steely Glare.
Underneath the bow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you roll command, which is personality. Ooh.
Oh, you go, personality? Oh, wait, hold on, I have none of that. Well,
Yeah. Well, I didn't get where I am today without being a man of
without rolling Steely Glare?
dearly glaring people. Now, how do I do it again? Oh, yes, this is how I do it. I'll just stare at him. Get back! Back to your bathing. I'm taking her away.
Go on, roll it.
I'll give you an extra doomy thing.
Yeah, I'll take it. Go on, make one success. I believe in you. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
That's a
two,
really good roll.
2 successes.
Okay, he's gonna spend a doom for his assistance, because fuck this shit. I'm not fucking doing this. I'm not taking this for a laugh. My fucking hardcore resolve is not gonna take this shit. Except I rolled a fucking 20!
Oh.
Why did that happen? Oh my god!
It's because he's facing
Okay.
off against Edric, the Nemedian.
Okay, so there is a moment where, like, Edric, you in your head, you're like, I'm gonna have this guy. It's gonna be good. And he turns towards you, and you start to see the universe in his eyes,
Oh,
just the best as you can. Like, he stares you like directly in the eye, and then you're like, I'm not having your shit. You stare him back. Both of you like have this like eye fucking staring contest. And as he looks deep into your eyes carefully, you break him. You feel him just sort of stop. And like his eyes soften for a second. He sort of like stares at you. I rolled a 20. Ooh, I rolled a 20.
The humble Edric stares into the void and the void blinks.
The void blinks.
This is amazing.
I rolled a 20. Is now a...
Does he stun himself or something?
No. I'm gonna spend some doom. I spent doom.
Oh boy. Does reality start tearing apart or something?
Okay, so the universe ends, and he stares at you, like, gently. Then his eyes soften. Then his eyes widen. And he goes, Tianus? And as he says Tianus, a sword protrudes from his chest.
Whoa.
As he's standing there with his eyes soften, literally, like, the darkness behind him coalesces into one thing. And the sword, a dark black sword, goes through his chest, like, right there.
Whoa.
And you see him, like, look at the sword and desperately, like, trying to do something. And the sword comes out. And you see the blackness, like, so still behind him, slowly correlate to a small face for a second that smiles and then disappears as he falls forward. Combat's over, guys.
Whoa.
I just want, at this point, Petrus bursts through the flames into the room and goes, and I'm Petrus of Aquilonia.
I love it. I love it. That was beautiful.
I turn, what? And I just see this floating old man sort of bleeding out. Okay.
That's good and bad at the same time.
And then I pull out a robe that I've pulled from the barrel and go down to Maeve and go, I think you should put this on.
Behind you guys, you hear the women screaming, "They killed him! They killed King Rook! They're murderers! They killed him!" They start running to the castle. You're on a very limited time frame now.
Yeah. Shit.
I'm just going to sort of like, as I'm sort of like trying to struggle into the row, I'm like, I think we should get the fuck out of here.
Wait. I'll try and grab one of the women as she runs past.
Ah! You grab her hand. She's like, ah! I know why she's screaming like this. Ah!
The Princess Danimede.
She's in her quarters, awaiting the wedding.
Take me there. Take us there. Quickly.
All right. Now you gotta navigate this castle, which is slowly gonna start looking for you, really, really fucking fast. Make me a law roll to see if you can't find your way up there fast enough. Or a society roll. No, law roll. Definitely law roll. Because you're like, you gotta navigate all these people, gotta find your way up there before the chaos hits, get to her, get out of the fucking town, the castle, get out of the fucking village, and make your way back somewhere safe.
And we have to get the artifact or thing to end
Yeah.
the walls.
So who's making
people are allowed on your
who's
plate.
assisting?
Are we trusting Petrus again?
I was going to say, like, I can maybe help with that. Do we get a success for interrogating the girl, the woman, or? Like
no. The woman's the reason why you're rolling in the first place.
Oh, okay. I should lead if you trust me, ish.
Remember,
Just do it.
red dice, you've got one trauma, so if you took the lead, you'd be rolling at a +1 difficulty.
Yeah,
And
I'm
difficulty
not
slot
planning on
is-
taking the lead.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Difficulty for you, Petrus, is 3.
Okay. I looked at my companions. What?
Yeah.
What are your...
Can I roll law to assist still, or?
You can still roll law to resist, except... No, you can't roll law to resist because you have a trauma. That +1 difficulty means that your difficulty to hit is 2. So you just can't... No, fuck, I'll let you roll law to assist. Fine, why not?
Okay. I'm fuck all used anyway, so.
Edric, what do you remember? I could figure out.
I think maybe. Let's see. Can I spend one of my plot point things?
Ooh.
Yes!
Okay. She's Danimede isn't in her chambers. She's gone looking for this item again. And
But
we're going to
for the item now.
encounter her in the corridor
Okay,
rather
I'll
than
give it to you.
having to look around for her.
I'll give it to you. In that case, let's just even cut to the fucking chase. You grab the girl and you pull her towards you, and you go, "Where's Danimede?" And she goes, "I don't know. It's just us innocent servant girls here." You
Danimede?
stop for a second. You're like, "Hold up. Her hair isn't really real. You think she's wearing a wig? The dress is really well fitted on her, but you can tell she's wearing leathers underneath." She's got, like, you're pretty certain she's wearing shoes and all the other girls are wearing shoes. And she's trying not to catch your eye.
Yeah.
She goes,
Petrus.
there's no fooling you, is it, Eldrick?
None at all, princess.
So, she reaches up and grabs the wig. And she takes it off and she slams it on the ground. And she rips the fucking white robes and she rolls her eyes and goes, "Thanks for ruining everything, guys. There is this woman in front of you. Fairly well built. Not like super large, but like well shaped. Long black hair tied up in a knot in the back of her head. No scars on her face, but her hands look really hardly worked. Wearing really tough looking leathers, darkened. Nice looking trousers as well. Got really comfortable looking shoes. And incredibly piercing emerald eyes. No, wait, they weren't emerald. Were they emerald? They weren't emerald, they were purple. They were blue. Really piercing blue eyes. And she stops and she rolls her eyes at you guys. And she goes, "Petrus, Eldrick, Dosh, Aya," and looks down at Maeve. "Who's that?"
A companion we picked up since we last saw you,
Yeah.
What
riding into the sunset.
happened to Mohan, my bodyguard? Did he not come with you?
Did you send him a message?
I sent everyone a message. I needed help. Well, not this kind of... Oh my good lord, we're in trouble. Alright, we need to go. We need to go right now. Get the artifact and leave. Right now.
That's all
Good.
we ever wanted.
Right, so because we're getting slightly late, I'll be wrapping this up in a little bit for the next time we run it. You all run out. You all run. She runs on up and she leads you guys forward the best as she can to the castle. You're running at a time and space, but as you arrive, as you basically start running, you go onto what looks like a balcony. And then she stops and she looks over at the edge and she goes, "Oh no." You can see three things. There is a carriage outside of the balcony itself, where there is a man slowly making his way over towards the carriage. You can see the man's walking up, but you can see black smoke washed all over him, just like the black smoke that washed over the man that murdered Ruik. As he walks towards the carriage, he's holding something like a really large-looking case in his hand that he reaches up and he like bows and hands it to a figure inside the carriage. This figure with multiple looking rings on his hand and a really nice looking scar running down it, reaches up, grabs it, takes it into his hand, and the carriage starts to drive off. And she's like, "They've got it! They've got it!" So, right?
We need to make a jump for the carriage.
It's like 70 feet. We'll never make it. Actually, that's not the first time we've done this.
Well, we've done this before.
I'm like, actually, this is the first time we've done this. You're right, shit.
Yeah, Maeve's kind of adventurous. Can I look behind me and see if there's like some really long billowing curtain that would just so happen to be
Boy, that would cost a fortune point.
Would someone look
Yes.
behind them and see the curtain
Ta-da! That one there.
that we could
That
ride
one
out
looks long enough.
into the night?
Alright, guys. If you want to ride the curtains down to the carriage, it will be a difficulty 2 athletics test.
If I go first, and then I could maybe help support the other end so it's not flapping about. That make it any easier?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. But you'd have to hold it still on the carriage while that happens.
Alright.
That might prove a lot harder than you think.
So getting down first. I'll give you an extra doom. Doom.
Alright, I'll take it.
How many successes? 2?
Difficulty's only 2. Well, the number difficulty, yeah, there's difficulty's 2.
Good.
Did you get it?
Just doubly, trebly check.
Is it athletics or acrobatics?
Yeah, athletics.
He can, whenever he rolls at least one success, he gets one additional.
Yeah, so I did succeed. Yes.
Yeah, excellent. You got there. You've got the thing, and you've landed on the carriage, and you hear it like land carefully. Right, who's going next?
I'll go next. I'm basically just gonna quickly unhook the string from my bow, pulling it out of the barrel, throw it over the curtain, and effectively like zip line down the curtain.
Zip line down. I love it. Right, while you're going next, I'm gonna spend a doom point and go earlier than usual, and take my turn fast. The black smoke that was before billows its way up to the top, up to you, Eldrick. And it goes, "You should have stayed in the castle," as it attempts to smite you. And I'll spend another doom point, because when I've got 11 to roll 3 20s. That will be 2 successes. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry,
Wow.
3 successes, because it's 15. Oh, yeah. 3 successes. Do you want to parry?
I don't have my shield. I've got both hands clasped to this curtain.
Yep.
So,
You can try and dodge acrobatics.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can do other than stand and take it for the team.
It's only 3 momentum. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's only 3 down. 3 momentum. Oh, 3 momentum. Yeah. I need to at least reduce it by a little. So I'll make a 10 roll.
Okay, so if you're gonna roll acrobatics, I get 1 doom automatically because it's what's called acrobatics.
Could
And
I could spend my last.
fortune point. Yes.
Shall I?
Do
End
it.
your suffering.
Yeah, it's pretty
Do it.
difficult situation, so I'll spend my last one for a definite
2.
success.
Yep, that's 2 successes.
And still spend 3.
Yeah, I love it.
Give you a doom.
Fucking don't mess around with this shit. Oh my god.
So I got 1. Yeah. So I got 1 success plus my 2, so a 3. Yeah.
That's just enough. Yeah, you did it. Nice work. So yeah, wow, fucking straight up, you did it. Nice work. I can't really argue against that. That worked. It was beautiful. You come on in. He comes with his like he's got like this weird looking like horrible looking sword, and he comes to swipe at you, and you like sort of like leap over his attack, but you still keep holding the rope. Enough for Maeve to swing down. Right, Maeve, you're on there. You're swinging down. Anything you want to do on your way down?
No, I'm just concentrating entirely on getting onto the top of the carriage, given my sort of current state of being, and still feeling a bit shaky.
Right. Well, the trauma only affects you mentally, so physically you're fine. Yeah. Make a difficulty 1 test.
Okay, I'm going to give you 2 doom points.
Yeah. Guys, he's learning. He's learning.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that shit's not happening.
That shit was nasty. Okay, so you're like swinging on down, and you've just about got it, but your left hand grip slips. You are like holding on now to stop yourself from falling desperately, and you're still still under like maybe like 40 feet from the ground. So you're like hanging on as hard as you can, because you still got 1. No, you got 0 successes. Difficulty was 1 anyway, so I'm not gonna make you fall. So you're hanging on as best as you can, and that's your turn.
Okay.
Dan.
I beckoned the other 2, the princess, who I sort of nod to, and smile, and Dosh as well. I sort of beckon them onto the thing before me. The curtain.
They go also. Dosh goes, no, you're on your boys. I'm finding my own way out of here.
Fair enough. Princess?
And Princess is like, she actually, what would she do in this situation? Would she go the same? No, she wouldn't take the same way you take. She would go, I'll find another way around in case it doesn't work. And then she runs off to the side of Dosh.
Okay, suit yourself.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, of course it's gonna work.
And then
Look,
my
still on.
vision just lingers for a moment where she disappears around the corner, and then I just turn around, look down, gulp, and then I'm gonna just try and leap down. I was thinking like
Go for it.
maybe with my shield or something. I mean, I have a bow, but I was just gonna be different. I just hold on to either side of the shield and then go down.
And then it's like, if you do that, you're gonna bump into fucking Maeve on the way down. Unless you plan on picking her up on the way down.
What? Can I get down there, like hand over hand or something, or more controlled then?
You can slide down, but when you get to Maeve, you're gonna have to find another way to get around her, unless you find a way to get her back on. Or you carry her all the way down with you.
Why not? I'll do that.
Okay, so first up, make me a difficulty 1 athletics test. This is the easy bit.
Yeah, you say that, but athletics is not my strong suit.
It's okay, just give me more Doom. I need it for spells.
Doom. I need difficulty 1. I will roll. I'll give you 1 Doom, and I'll roll it 3d20.
Please fail the roll, Floyd.
Oh!
Natural 20, yeah!
The 8 is a pass. Just. And that's
okay. So you're on there, and you're sliding down looking cool as fuck, and you're like, Maeve, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna save you. And behind you, you hear it ripping.
I do it.
Like,
I always do this. It's always 20s, and the entire thing collapses behind me.
Okay, so now you've got to save Maeve and get on the carriage before the rope rips and drops you all to the ground.
Okay. What do I need to roll, and what?
Well, tell me how you're gonna save Maeve.
So she was still on it, but like just slipping off it or something.
Mm-hmm.
And now the whole thing is coming down, and I'm coming down at quite a pace. Can I, like, as I go down, like, grab around the waist and, like, pull her off? off the curtain, so then I can carry on sliding with one hand down onto
Are
the.
you gonna use your hand, or are you gonna use your hand? You're gonna slide with one hand and grab and just keep sliding like that. I
Yes.
like it. That's pretty cool. Difficulty 3.
Athletics again.
Yep.
Oh boy.
You'll be fine. The man in smoke is waiting.
I suppose Edric, where is all your plot points gone? You had 4 in these, Jesus Christ.
It's almost like Eldritch just killed the fucking sorcerer king of 700 years or something.
Almost. I have 1 plot point, so I'm going to try and use that for one of the critical successes.
I love it.
And so that should be 2. I just need to get 1 more.
Yep.
I'm
You'll be fine. I'm sure you'll roll fine.
going to roll 4d20 this time, so 2 doom. Oh, I make it! Just. Oof.
Alright, so you slide on in, you reach one hand up, you grab Maeve. You can say something quirky if you want.
I'll just say we seem to keep getting into these tight spots, don't we now?
I fucking hate you.
So Maeve in her cloak dress, because she's not wearing a full dress at the moment, and you are sliding in. The rope snaps, but you're both close enough to the ground where it doesn't matter. The only problem is you still roll at 20. So when the rope the curtain snaps, you're actually on the curtain, hanging on the carriage while Eldrick is holding on to you, fighting off the smoke monster, and the carriage starts to move. So he's holding on to you, you're being dragged by the carriage, and he's fighting off the smoke monster at the same time. Everyone put that mental image? Excellent.
Yeah.
Right, boys. New round.
Can I spend a fortune point at this point?
Yeah, what's your on?
What I'd like to do is I'd like to say that as we sort of fall down, obviously with my rope bound companion sort of clinging onto it, I managed to push him up so he can sort of grab hold of the edge of the carriage, but I'm still sort of clinging to the back of it. I'd sort of push him forward so he's actually got a hold on it, whereas I'm still clinging onto the.
I'll tell you what. Instead of spending a fortune point for that, why don't you roll athletics at difficulty 1?
Okay, not a problem.
Because I think a fortune point is good, but I prefer fortune points to be used for something incredible, not for something as small as he gets on the carriage.
Okay, no problems.
Like, there should always be something fantastical. Like, for example, I reach for a woman and she just fucking happens to be the goddamn princess in disguise. And she's like, oh, well, fuck it.
Okay, I'll give you 2 doom points.
Yes. At last, you're learning.
Oh.
Get on that carriage.
Yeah, and you made some momentum too, so I'll bank that momentum for you.
Yeah, I'll stick that in the group fund.
Excellent. So, right, back to where we are. Petrus, Edric, you're on a carriage. There's a smoke monster next to you. The carriage is racing through the Emerald City while people are screaming and panicking and going crazy everywhere. You are fighting 1v1 against a weird smoke man while Eldric hangs on to this this tapestry that is being dragging Maeve behind him as hard as he can. And they're both like, ah, shit. What'd you do?
Is it like a new round, or is Maeve used it?
New round.
Okay. So the smoke monster is fighting on top, but is it like? Could I tell that it's the same entity that was inside of it has now got on top, or is this like a different thing? Is there still someone inside the carriage?
Remember, the smoke monster gave the thing to the guy inside the carriage.
Right. Okay. So there's someone inside the carriage.
Top. Yeah.
And is there a guy steering the cart?
It doesn't look like it. No, there's no one in front of the cart.
Right.
You can't see a person.
Can I attempt an acrobatics or something to swing into the carriage?
Yes, you can. But you'd have to get past the guy who's guarding it first. So let me roll for him so you can see how hard it's going to be. Just going to spend some doom now, guys. Don't mind me.
God.
Well, difficulty is only 2. That's the good news from you. The bad news for me is that I rolled a fucking natural 20. But of course that bit when we come to it.
Okay, the difficulty is 2. Acrobatics?
Yep.
Sweet. I'm reasonably good at acrobatics, so I'm going to roll 3 dice, and I get a re-roll as being agile.
I love it. Do it.
I have made 2 successes, and that 13 is only 1 away from being a success, but I will re-roll it for a 16. So I've made 2 successes.
Sorry. That's what. Well, you didn't have to reroll that. Wait, hold up. Do you have to keep the next reroll?
Re-roll a d20, but must accept the new result. Yes.
Ah,
So,
fair enough. I'll try. Okay, so you got 2, I got 2, which ties everyone. So it doesn't really.
okay.
Okay, so you get what's called you get to you start to do a flip to get into the carriage, and you're like, yes, I'm going to the carriage, and he's like, no, you haven't, and he tries to get there, but as he reaches his hand out, the smoke leaves him and fills the carriage, blinding you. Whereas at the same time, he no longer has the smoke around him, so that defense is gone, and he's just a guy with a nasty-looking sword. So essentially, you split his power in 2.
Okay. Okay, so what? The smoke is still around me, but
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's now just a dude standing up there with, you know those tattoos you saw in Holland?
Mm-hmm.
The exact same tattoos with the eye going round and the markings and the piercings and horrible marks of his body. He looks just like Haran does, except he's smaller, he's weedier, he's tinier, and he's got a nasty looking sword. Right, Edric and Maeve.
Edric will attempt to plant a boot in this guy's midriff and kick him off.
I love it. Let's go.
I need to make this one, so I'll do 4 dice, giving you 2.
I think that's fair. I will do 3 dice to give you 5.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. How good was that roll?
That was 2 successes.
Oh my fucking god, what's with these 20s? Okay, you boot him in the chest and like he lands backwards, doesn't fall off, he just stands his ground. He's like, heh, you should do better than, as he says, you should do better than, you go under one of those carriages, like those bridges, and then it slams in the back of the head, and like he stumbles forward, like, ow, fuck! And like he takes a wound to his head, he's like spinning on the mid-days, like, oh Jesus. Maeve.
Okay. Again, I'd like to try and spend a fortune point to say that as I've been sort of trying to right myself and pull myself along using this this sort of curtain railing, this tapestry that I'm still attached to, I've actually managed to tie it around my waist to the point where I can actually stand up. So I'm sort of being pulled along, but you know, like water skiers with the feet sort of out, being dragged along.
You don't need to spend a fortune for that. You don't need to spend a fortune for it. You can just do it. Like, you spend fortune things out of your control for, like, plot elements. For tying a rope around yourself, just fucking tie it around yourself. Fuck it. Make me let's let acrobatics roll.
Okay. Well, the reason I was going to spend a fortune point on it, so I was going to say we've still got the weapons sort of in the barrel. So I was going to say that as I'm sort of tying myself around it, the barrel falls off the back of the thing, and as it sort of smashes on the ground, I'm able to grab my bow out of it and my arrows, so that in the next round I can actually make a bow attack while I'm still attached to the back of the car.
I love it.
That's why I was spending
having,
the fortune point.
I'll take that one for you, because getting your weapons back in that one lucky instant is something that's worth spending a fortune point. I'll give you that. Okay, you are well armed. You're half naked, but you're well armed. Nice work. My turn. So, inside the carriage, you hear a voice, and it goes, "It seems our paths have crossed once again, Petrus. Only this time, I will ensure that it will be your death and not one of my soldiers."
So my head is sort of like dangling from the roof of the carriage, looking into the the carriage. And who do I see? Which of our many enemies?
You standing there, you're in there, right? And you can't see anyone because the smoke is in that whole
Okay.
area. But you've never heard this voice before. You've no idea who the fuck this is. Absolutely 100% no idea. It's completely new to you. You're like,
Okay.
I've never heard this guy. Don't know who he is. You've never, definitely no idea. But he's talking as if he knows you, which is weird.
Well, I just speak into the smoke then. I basically put that into words and just go, you'll have to be more specific. I've made an awful lot of enemies.
He goes, yes, and soon you will be. What's going soon? I will have none. I'm gonna spend some doom points.
Oh, no.
No, don't worry, everything's fine. Because unfortunately, it's just hit 11:30 and almost at Moscow closing time, so I gotta wrap this up super fast. And the smoke clears, and the room itself is empty.
Petra's just like, what? Am was I dreaming or something? Or did someone speak? And there's nothing left behind at all. No calling card. No.
Calling. Yeah, there's a tiny little card that says "Call me" with his number on it. XO,
Well,
XO, XO. There's
I don't
nothing.
know.
He's left no trace of who he is. He's left it completely blank.
Oh, that's
That's what you
not
got from this
foreboding
guy.
at all.
Not even vaguely. Meanwhile, on top of the carriage, Eldrick, you are 1v1 this guy. He goes for his first attack. Spencer Doom point. 2 successes. As fight you on this moving carriage. Why are you guys fighting the carriage again? What the hell? We just had this.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to dodge again with a 3d20, give you an extra point back.
Yeah, so that's 2 points you're giving me because you need to spend 1 to dodge.
Whoa. Yeah.
Did you do it? 2 successes?
Yes.
Excellent. I spent 3 plot points. My second attack. 2 successes. Oh, sorry, 3 successes.
Okay then. I'll defend with.
Acrobatics again?
Yeah,
Or
I'll
do you
go
think you
with.
hit?
No, I'll go with 4. I don't want to get hurt yet.
Okay, now stop right there. Whenever
Yeah.
you defend using a skill that doesn't, a skill or something, that's an item that has the word parrying on it, it costs you 1 doom point. For every second, third, or fourth attack, you spend an extra doom point per attack. So you go 1 doom point for the first one, for the first defense, 2
Yeah.
doom points for the second defense, 3 doom points for the third defense, and then on and on and on. So right now you're giving me 2 points plus the 2 for the 40/20s.
He also has deflect as well as a shield.
Only if he uses his parrying, he's dodging because he has to hold on
Okay.
to keep what's called alive, Maeve alive.
Yeah, you may want to tie that off or something onto the carriage.
Yeah, true. Oh, this bloke. No, I'll lose Maeve then.
That would be hilarious. You just, as he attacks it, just wrap it round his wrist and then step back. Just get slammed.
You're like, bye, bitch!
Wrap it around his neck. But I need to dodge first. And,
You know, you can do that on your turn.
What, sorry?
You can do that on your turn.
Yeah,
Wrap the
but...
rope around his neck and have Maeve yank him off and goes, Fah!
Okay, so first of all, I will spend the 4 doom then and roll 4
do
dice.
it. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. You do it. Wow, and you gain momentum.
Actually, that's a 5 because I get an automatic 1 if I succeed. Oh no, that's wrong. Isn't
No. That's in your own, yeah.
So, okay.
Alright, that's him done. And then it's top of the round again. So momentum goes down by 1.
Yeah.
What do you boys do?
So this guy is still up on top of the roof, and I'm now in a
Yeah.
carriage with no one in.
Yeah.
Can I lean out of one of the open doors or something and try and yank this guy's foot.
I love it. That's fucking mosey as fuck. Make a post-athletic success.
Oh Jesus! Are you defending, or am I like who rolls first?
No, I'm defending. Usually the defender rolls first, right? Usually I just roll because I don't give a fuck because I'm the DM. But I'll roll first. Be nice to you. Okay, so if it's athletics, you got 2 successes.
Oh no!
Don't forget we've got momentum.
Oh yes. How many
It
momentum?
only works when you succeed. You have to
I only need
succeed.
to. Okay, yeah. So I need. Yeah.
Although
Oh.
you can't. I think you can spend. You can spend momentum to roll extra die. I think. Let me double check. Nope, nothing like that. Carry on.
This is potentially unlikely, but I'm going to roll 2 doomed, so I have 40-20.
I believe in you.
Boom. I succeed twice.
All right, so you tie. Now you can spend the momentum to ensure you do it.
Okay, momentum.
Excellent. So you grab his leg, you throw him, you see him flip off, and as he's flying off, he like reaches in for the smoke inside the building, grabs onto it, and then he too starts skiing using the smoke as like his like rope.
Wow.
It's pretty cool looking, actually. Like,
yeah, rather
wow, that's not
impressive.
bad. Impressive. Then, Maeve, it's your turn to shoot him in the fucking face.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going for. Still sort of flailing around, attached to this thing, surfing behind it. I'm just going to lean to one side, draw my bow, and...
Right. Let's see if you can make this killing blow against this one guy. If you're tough enough. If you're good enough.
Okay, so... My hair's open, ranged weapons. Okay.
The carriage is like
I'm
fucking
going to-
wheeling and dealing everywhere. It's crazy.
I'm going to give you an extra 3 doom points for this.
Oh, my boy, you're learning. Guys, he's learning. He's learning. He's got it now. He's got the system.
Oh yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Right. Are you
Okay,
firing a ballista or something?
So, would you like to roll damage?
Okay, so I've got for my damage. I've got 5 dice.
You want to put all your momentum to damage just to finish this guy off with one hit.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah.
I think
How many
that's
dice
fair.
would that give me in total?
No, it will just give you 6 damage automatically.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll just bung it all into that then.
Yeah, let's just take him out at one go, because fuck it. There's no way he's supposed to survive a fucking 6 hit. I'm like, I can't say anything to that. He should just die. Now roll damage and make sure you kill him.
Okay.
Oh my fucking
Wow.
god.
I was going to say you could re-roll one of those, can't you? But why? Why bother?
Why? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage with 2 piercing. Plus 6.
13 damage with 2 piercing.
Describe how you kill him.
Okay, so as he's sort of flailing around and sort of reaching out for this smoky tendril as a rope, I lean across, fire the arrow, and as he's reaching out, sort of like opening his mouth to grab hold of this and reaching out, sort of like his mouth in like a scream as he reaches out, the arrow just goes straight through one side of his face and comes out of the other.
Shit.
And he just sort of it breaks his momentum and he just sort of like falls to the ground, missing his grab for the smoke and like on the ground and lies
He
in the
like
dirt.
crashes into a wall, fucking explodes. Fucking, it's fucking dramatic. It's beautiful.
But like Petrus is like watching him like go, that smoke thing's pretty cool, and then oh god, that was awful.
As he falls over and dies horribly in a horrible way, the carriage slows down.
Phew.
Just comes gently to a stop, and you're still holding on to Maeve, so she starts running and then walking and then stops.
Yeah.
I open one of the doors or whatever, and step out. into the midnight air, hair blowing in the breeze.
You let the princess go again.
Where the fuck is the princess again? As you say this, a horse rides up with the princess and Dosh on it. And they both sort of ride up to you guys. And they're like, so, did you get it?
About that, there was a guy who was in the carriage, and then he wasn't.
Petrus, you had one job! One job, Petrus! One job! One job, Petrus! And Dosh is like, please stop yelling. I'm really tired. It's past my bedtime.
It was full of smoke, and then he wasn't there after he threatened me casually.
Well, we've got a second prize. This nasty-looking scimitar thing that killed the emperor.
Sorcerer King.
Yeah.
This place is gonna be hell in a few days. We've got to get out of town. Right. Summary of the scene. We're gonna cut straight back to the run bell. All of you are sitting down together. Dosh is there, and Lady Rumble's brought you some more catechist juice. And Maeve is just dunking back and forth. And as Danimede sits there, she's like, so, thanks for coming to help me for all good that did.
Well, stopped you getting married again.
I was fine. I had things under control. I just needed someone to get the damn item. I can't believe it's gone again.
Oh, do you know where it's gone?
Not a clue. I don't know the man in the carriage, but I was certain I could use that.
What is the item exactly?
He looks up at you and she goes, in times long before man lived here, there was a certain thing that, a certain musical instrument that could bring peace and harmony to all the land. An item so powerful, playing it a single time, would bring absolute joy to anyone who hears it and calm them down to a peaceful slumber. Asilis's Tears is what it's called. It's a flute, a quiet, gentle flute that one plays. And it calms every single person. I mean, imagine it. A whole army can simply just stop wanting to fight you, no matter what you do. We could end all wars, and I could stop the war that I intentionally caused between Aquilonia and Zamora. Everyone could be happy again, and no one has to die. I just really thought I had it there. Sorry, Petrus, I shouldn't have yelled at you. Thank you for coming to my rescue, even though I didn't need it. You too, Eldrick.
It was a pleasure.
Oh, no. I'm not gonna lie, Maeve. Maeve, I can't believe you faced a Sorcerer King head on like that. That's incredible. Even I didn't have the courage to do that. I had to try and seduce him and be all like, oh, I'm only special until my wedding day and all that stuff. How did you
Man
pull
aren't
that
so
off?
difficult to face.
She like high fives you. I hear that, girl.
Petrus just like rubs his forehead a bit. Oh no.
She sighs and she goes, well, without any clues or any hints or anything else, our trail goes cold. We'll never find Alice's tears. Lloyd says, as he casually spends doom points.
Don't worry, Princess. I have one plot point remaining. Suddenly, the flute
Don't
is on
worry,
the bar.
I've got this.
At that point, I don't know. I don't know what you're spending doom on. I always save one plot point, mostly to try and save myself, but also so I can summon that traveling pillow salesman who always
I don't want that you keep summoning so you can jump into the pillows.
Yeah.
One guy, so whenever you jump from a high place, he just turns up. We used that guy so much last session. As you stand there, everything's quiet. Rumbell fetches you a drink, and then she stops and looks up and she goes, oh, my husband's home. The doors open up, and you see large hands pull open the doors. As quietly stepping in, with his hands horribly scarred and a tattoo running down, with the claws down his eye, is Hallen, the butcher from the temple, from the castle. He steps in, nods at his wife Runbell, stops, turns towards you. Eyes narrow, and that's what ending today's session. So,
Excellent.
next session, we shall hopefully deal with Hallen, who on earth has made him have many tattoos, and what actually is Alice's tear, where it is, and what the fuck is going on. But hey guys, look, you found the princess the first time. Everyone's
Yay.
happy, right? Like, that's great. Last time it took you 3 sessions to get this far.
It's true.
Alright, for those of you who've watched all this, thank you very much. I will be running this game again sometime later, and I'll once again put it on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much to both John, Ian, and Dan for playing, and hopefully we'll continue sometime soon. Have a good day. And broadcast in 3, 2,
See ya.
1.
Bye.